through the sand like a thought in disguise. The scarab spins truth where the cosmos collide. Energy whispers, it never says goodbye. The Beatles crawl, the Beatles rise.
Go to AmericanHealer.website now. Get the tools for health and inspiration the way God intended.
Sort of burst the chaos, yet the chaos rise. My name Beatles, 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 over and over, spinning the world in the grip of the show.
These recipes all look crazy.
Yeah, and I'm definitely grateful to collab with Ink. Like, he's been, sort of like a silent mentor, kind of like, guiding me through a lot of these different processes, and, me reaching out to him. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So that's just a testament to, a lot of information that, I gathered from him and other people.
It's not just kitchen chemistry. You gotta add chemistry in the kitchen. And well cooking. Yeah. Osborne, Politics, Kev, Brian, Amber, on your speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Long Beach Nights, on Christ. Nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a fight. So good it's almost a fight. So good it's almost a fight. I've been nice like nobody else. Right in the fear, look, Paul top shelf. It's nothing new, you can tell me. I live off love, shout out to Helvy. I believe in God, it's really natchez. 20 years later, we're Philly natchez. 100 packs popping, studying detox, and live on YouTube, new books dropping. We yelling, add your game, 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 add your game. Osborne, and for Politica, Kev, I'm your speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Lauren P. Snipes, on Christ. Nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. Z still with us. Mun still with us. Tiff still with us. Hey, this what consistency get us. Golly, I've been Robert, Cuddy, Hot One. We styling. It feel good to see Jamal Allen. Do it, Rashawn. Make me feel like LeBron. Hey, I'm telling you, chat is the topic. I see the life fiber optic. Laven has got it. It's real. I give thanks. Thanks for tuning in. It's soon to win. Make sure you're doing it. Oh yeah. Make sure you're doing him. Make sure you're doing it.
Peace to the peace to the family. Listen, we're just gonna jump right into it. Listen, congratulate yourself. That's what I should have titled this video. Congratulate yourself. If you have 5 or more Dr. Inky books, from any era, pat yourself on the back. You made a marvelous investment. I was saying this, I swear to God, I almost went into tears. I swear I almost went into tears. I done sweat. I done bled. I done cried, damn near died for this. And I've been telling people since the early 2000s, I said, listen, be patient. It's coming. Like, what you talking about? I said, be patient. It's coming. In a small minute, what we're talking about is getting ready to become the mainstream. He said, you making that up. You making that up. First of all, what you're saying is not even real science, number one. And you just made all that up. It's crazy. It is crazy. And here we are now. It's 2026. Trump is in office. Trump is going to be in office. He's not going anywhere. So it's not like this is the last 2 months of his presidency and he's getting ready to not be Trump is in office. RFK Jr. is in office. He's not going anywhere. And your investments just paid off. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not just the food pyramid. The food pyramid deserved its own special conversation. Now, I'm sure that we will continue to revisit the food pyramid conversation going into the future. I'm sure we'll continue to revisit that. But for the people that have a library, bookshelves, 50 Dr. Inky books, 100 Dr. Inky books, 150 Dr. Inky books, 200 Dr. Inky. You're already living in 2050. You're already light years ahead of the game. So I hope that you take what you have there and transform that into some businesses, into some apps, into some institutions, and come back and give me some money. But you have no idea how well positioned you are. RFK just made the announcement and it's rippling through. It's rippling through, right? And it's just the first of more to come. There's more to come. It's more to come. No pause. I'm not pausing. It's more to come. Doctors have to begin to learn nutrition. That may not sound like a big thing for the people that don't know any better. But for those of us that know, those of us that either maybe you're a doctor, and I don't mean like I mean maybe you're a medical doctor or a surgeon, right? Medical doctors, surgeons, nurses, they understand that is a huge change that RFK just called for, because that is uprooting the curriculum. That is uprooting the curriculum. It's not just from the outside looking in. You may say to yourself, well, maybe he's just asking for them to add a few more hours of nutritional study into their curriculum. First of all, most medical schools don't have any hours of they don't have any nutrition in their curriculum, right? That's why in America, we have medical doctors, we have surgeons, and then we have a whole separate industry of people called nutritionists. Because medical doctors and surgeons are not tasked with the study and understanding of nutrition and how nutrition impacts disease and health. That's not a part of their program. Not a part of their program, right? So now doctors have to go back, or they're going to have to do, I think it's continued education. A part of their continued education is they're going to be tasked with studying nutrition, and they're asking, RFK is leaning on the medical schools to now rewrite their curriculums and put in nutrition. Now, here's the thing where you have to understand this is a larger task than it sounds like, because he wants the nutrition to be integrated into disease management. I want y'all to understand this. RFK now wants medical schools to integrate nutrition into disease management. That is literally like grabbing somebody by the ankles and then lifting their ankles up in the air real fast, and just like you hanging them up in the air by their ankle, flip them upside down on their head. Because the entire industry is based on disease management by chemical disease management and surgical disease management. So what he's asking for is not for doctors to just learn about nutrition. Hey, get some, you need 1,000 IU of vitamin D a day, and that's not what he's asking. He's asking for the medical schools to rewrite the curriculum so that nutrition can be inserted as the primary driver of disease management. And I'm telling you, listen, they've been calling me crazy for a long time. It's here. And I've been slowly watching it happen. About 10 years or so ago, maybe about 10 years now, we had a similar conversation to this, because I was celebrating then, even though they was trying to, make me homeless and take money out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Stop me from feeding my babies. But the doctors was coming into the herb business. They invented a thing called nutraceuticals, which is nothing but vitamins and herbs mixed together with a doctor's name on the package. So now you can go get herbs from whatever, Dr. Rosenbleem or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll go get, instead of getting your herbs from a Dr. Inky, a Dr. Africa, a Dr. Sabi, or even one of the spinoff dudes, the Backstreet Boys, you know what I'm saying? Like now you'll go get it from this place or that place or wherever, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be a doctor. And this is how they were spinning off, creating their own businesses under sometimes fake names or whatever the case may be. They was spinning into, now they're doing health discussions, they doing health lectures, they selling herbs and vitamins. And I said, they coming. I'm telling you, time is changing. I forgot this Bible verse. It's a Bible verse that talks about making yourself skilled, making yourself knowledgeable. Telling you. And it ain't fully hit yet. Because what's going to happen is RFK is planting the flag in the ground, saying that the doctors and the schools and they got to change. That's going to take time to be implemented. So what's going to happen is, on one side, which is the mass side, the masses, you're going to still have people struggling with certain things, and they'll be figuring stuff out by bumping their head on the wall, right? On the other side, the very small group of people, they will be ahead of the learning curve, because there's people right now that are at work trying to position themselves to learn, to study, to be the next group of doctors, right? So like if you have children now, right? Say, for instance, one of my children want to go to medical school, right? They're going to have a leg up on all the other students there, right? Because a lot of things that'll be new to the space of medicine, they will have grown up with it in their house. So some of the things that will be new, they'll be trying to institute and teach. They can be like, oh yeah, yeah, my dad talked about this. That's funny. This is, oh yeah, this is, yeah, we or maybe you as their parent. They'd be like, oh yeah, my dad talked about this because we was getting them, what's that guy's name? I don't know, some guy, some funny guy with gold teeth my dad used to watch on the internet. Or my mom used to watch this guy with gold teeth, and he was saying all this stuff, and that's crazy. Yeah, this is the same stuff they was talking about. But they've been talking about this. You sure this is new information? Yeah, because they was, I grew up watching some of this stuff. Yeah. It's going to take a while, but the flag has been planted in the soil. Period. And people can complain all they want, but the changes will happen. America is the last place in the world in terms of health. Do you know why? Because everywhere else in the world, they have already integrated herbs and nutrition into their medical system. There are places in Europe and the UK where you can't even go get herbs. You have to get a prescription. You got to take a prescription to go get herbs because the doctor's got it. And here we have access to everything, but we're so dumb. We don't take advantage. That's how this is the sickest country. It's not because of anything else, but lack of information. And the thing is, the information is everywhere. So that's why I said, if you got at least 5 or 10 Dr. Inky, you are so ahead the learning curve. You are so ahead the learning curve, it don't even make no sense. And if you have all the books or half the books, or you looking like Paul or Kyle or one of them, you have made an amazing investment. You have made an amazing investment because you are ahead of the world. That part. That part. But listen, I've been telling everybody, as we've been doing this, I've been telling everybody, I've been getting everybody fair warning. These books' prices are going to go up. The book prices are going to go up. Even my book prices are going to go up. My book prices will have to go up in order to be in the proper genres that they got to be in. That's just a fact. So it's going to be similar to when people woke up and I didn't have any books online. It was like, yo, where the books at? I ain't get a chance to get my books. They're going to wake up one day and all of the books that was $30 is going to be $100. All the books that was $50 is going to be $200. Like, yo, Ink, what are you doing, bro? What you want me to do? I told you to get the books when they was $20 or $30. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy, people. It's coming. Because they gotta get the information now. Now it's gonna start affecting their livelihood. It's gonna start affecting their livelihood, so they gotta get the information. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, let's see what Gemini say first. Let's see what the Google demons say first. Here's the demons. RFK Jr., in his capacity as U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary, has demanded that all medical schools integrate comprehensive nutrition education and training into their required curricula, arguing that doctors need to study what? Natural medicine in the form of food and nutrition to prevent chronic disease. Woo! This is crazy right here. And this is not a video for today. It's not even a video for 2026. This is just a conversation that we're having today for the future. This is a futuristic video. This is me talking to y'all in 5 years into the future or 10 years into the future. This is, yeah. Key points of RFK Jr.'s initiative. Focus on prevention. Kennedy emphasizes that proper nutrition is fundamental to preventing and managing chronic illnesses like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. He argues the current medical system focuses too much on treating symptoms with drugs rather than addressing root causes with diet and lifestyle changes. Mandatory training. The initiative calls for rigorous, measurable nutrition education at all levels of a physician's career, from pre-med prerequisites and medical school courses to residency programs, licensing exams, and continuing education. Withholding funding. Kennedy has stated that medical schools that do not implement these programs will be ineligible for federal funding from the Department of Health and Human Services. Aye! That is knife to throat right there. Listen, that is knife to throat right there. That is knife to throat right there. That is crazy. That is knife to throat right there. That is rough right there. That's mad disrespectful and everything. That's disrespectful and everything. That's crazy. That is wild right there. I don't know what to tell some of y'all folks. Listen, it's gonna get it. Yo, it's gonna get even crazier. Listen, it's gonna get crazier. I'm telling y'all. This is what it is when you ahead of the learning curve. Anytime you ahead the learning curve, you look crazy. That's just how it goes. If you ahead the learning curve, you look crazy. But I'm telling you, it's getting ready to get wild. It's getting ready to get wild. It's getting ready to get wild. I'm telling you now. You better go get them books, because what Fat Joe said? What Fat Joe said? Was that Fat Joe or was that Jadakiss? I think it was Jadakiss. Remember? After they did the Dipset battle and then everybody was like, Jadakiss is the best rapper in the world. What's the first thing Jadakiss said? Yesterday's price is not today's price. Well, fortunately for us, yesterday's price is still today's price. Yesterday's price is still today's price. But a day will come when you will wake up and yesterday's price will not be today's price. I'm telling you. This is not a game. This is not a game. And for the people that have been really studying for a while, you might be needed. There's going to be new industries and new opportunities that open up, and you may be needed. You may be needed. They're going to need people to come talk about things and teach things and help out with things. This is a call for a new industry to open up. It's going to get wild. It's going to get wild. Withholding funds. That's crazy right there. Kennedy has stated, now me, I'm going to still be here. I'm going to still be here teaching the people. But y'all are not supposed to still be here with us. Y'all supposed to be somewhere out there positioning yourselves in a new world with this information. Kennedy has stated that medical schools that do not implement these programs will be ineligible for federal funding from the Department of Health and Human Services. That's crazy. Food as medicine movement. This push aligns with the growing food as medicine movement, which advocates for stronger recognition of nutrition's role in healthcare. Support for alternative approaches. Beyond just nutrition, Kennedy has expressed support for integrating other alternative and holistic approaches to health, promising to end the FDA's war on such practices. While medical schools in the U.S. reported covering nutrition in some form, studies have shown that most medical students receive very little formal required training on the subject. States like Texas and Louisiana have already passed laws requiring some form of nutrition education for healthcare professionals. Medical and nutrition experts generally agree that more nutrition education is a good idea, but have raised concerns about implementation, physician time constraints, and the need for information to be evidence-based. Kennedy and the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, are collaborating to force these changes, signaling a potential shift, major shift in American medical education. We got to dig in. We got to dig in. What to say? Doctors say Kennedy's push for nutrition education in medicine is a good idea in theory. Some doctors say counseling patients about nutrition may not always be practical and doesn't address systemic barriers to healthy eating. What? That's crazy. In case you didn't know, that's a nice flip right there. Doesn't address systemic barriers to healthy eating. One thing don't have nothing to do with another, and that's not his job. That's not his job. That barriers to healthy eating, his job is to do one part, which is the large part, right? Change the educational system, change the prioritization of certain information and certain things. But on the other side, you have schooling issues, which are regular schools, public schools, and just a plethora of things that's why I'm saying this is a major shift that's bigger than just even the medical universe. Because once they do it, a lot of other institutions have to follow suit. So regular public schools and Catholic schools and just TV programming and lots of things have to change. Lots of things have to change. I remember I did a show, and I think I was way too ahead of my time. But some of y'all may remember this because I had on a gold blazer. I had a gold blazer on, and I was in Harlem, right? And this was way before COVID. Was it way before COVID? I think it was way before COVID. But I had a gold shiny blazer on. I might still have that blazer in the closet. Let me see if I got that blazer in the closet. Let me see if I can find that blazer. Yeah, I might be able to find that blazer. Let me see if I got that blazer.
In the beginning was the way was God, the way was God, the way was hard. Every step a symphony, timelines infinity, the way we raise injury, I'm the divine epiphany.
I love Dr. Enki. I love Dr. Enki.
Yo. American Hiller. Talk to him. Hey, ain't nobody not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. And I'm ballin', not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. And I'm ballin', not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. And I'm ballin', not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. Hormone jump, blood flow rush, brain work sharp, that steel cut hush. Muscle strength up, whole frame turn savage, sex magic in the cut.
I had on this. Yeah, this probably close to 10 years ago. Maybe less. It could be 7 or 8. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But we was in Harlem. I did a lecture. And Sonetta came. Shout out to Tech. Shout out to Twin. Right? He brought Keith Murray. So we had Keith Murray came and did a performance at the end. He did the most beautifulest thing in the world. So if y'all remember that lecture, that whole lecture, it was in a restaurant. And that whole lecture was about the fact that health was getting ready to change and every industry was going to have to change and there was going to be a lot of opportunities and things and the world was going to be totally different and blah, 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 blah. And I said, it's coming. And some things started to change, but then COVID hit and it was like we was back in the Stone Ages almost. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you got to take 2 steps backwards or take 10 steps forward. That's what we did as a world. We took a few steps backward, but those few steps backward made everybody more health conscious. Now we coming back with 10 steps forward, maybe even 20 steps forward. You know what I'm saying? So I had this blazer on. Yeah, I had this blazer on. I only put this on because this blazer you really can't forget. Either you love this blazer or you like Inky look like a hot mess with that. You know what I'm saying? It's a very polarizing outfit. But we are in that time period now. Doctor says Kennedy's push for nutrition education in medicine is a good idea in theory. That's mad disrespectful. Health Secretary RFK Jr. is pushing for doctors to receive more education about nutrition. He announced Wednesday that a team within the Health and Human Services Department would target the woeful lack of nutrition education in medicine. So now that's crazy right there. The Google demons didn't mention that. So that means he's dedicated a department to this. Right? If it says here that a team, right? Where's that at? Right here. It says a team. Oh, okay. They don't want you to copy and paste. So, okay, there we go. They saying a team is going to jump on this. Right? So this means that they're spending money on this. That means this is somebody's job. This is somebody's job to head this team up. And then people have been recruited to, this is a thing here, right? So they now have a team I guess they're going to go out and they're going to be viewed as a hit squad. I don't know if y'all got jobs now or if y'all ever had jobs, right? But we all got paranoid. You know, when I used to work at Verizon, when certain people came to town, you got paranoid because you knew somebody was getting fired, right? When the big higher up, sometimes when the regional manager, like the district manager, will pull up, you get kind of used to that. But when when that person's, usually a few people get fired. Just because, just to set an example. Like I need everybody to move around when I, you know what I mean? When you hear so this is kind of like that. It's going to be inspections. If they're pulling funding from places, it's going to be inspections to make sure that people are implementing. And they have said they're putting this together for multiple layers of I should write that down. Let me write that down. Multiple layers, because that is very interesting. Let me go back to that. My bad, family. I gotta go back to. I gotta take notes. Because that's interesting right there. Where is that at? Right here. Yeah, that is interesting. All levels of a doctor's career. So pre-med, prerequisites. Pre-med prerequisites. That can include high school and college. I don't know how far that goes, right? But usually they'll line up. Because high school is about getting the children ready for their career and college and all that. And we're trying to become more competitive with places like Dubai and some of them places overseas where they have children entering the workforce with their permanent jobs at 16, 17, 18, and 19. So this is going to be crazy to see this unfold over the next 5 years or so. And then medical school courses. So that's real time. And then the folks that think they think they good because they're already straight, they already got their license. Nope. Continuing education catches them. Now, I don't even know how residency would look. That's crazy. Residency is wow. I don't even know how that's going to look. So are they putting doctors to shadow naturopaths? Or like, what is that even going to look like? That sounds crazy. And then continuing education. Wow. So that means even if you already somewhere thinking you the ish and the toilet tissue, they like, you got to come back to school, champ. You need a few more credits. This is wow. Okay, my bad. I had to just write that down for myself. All right, let's go back to this article. Yeah, I had to write that down for me. That was crazy. I need to have that. That's interesting right there. I may have to talk about that. I gotta go speak to some folks later on tonight. Man. That is interesting conversation. Okay, so anyway, we can reverse the chronic disease epidemic simply by changing our diets and lifestyles. But to do that, we need nutrition to be a basic part of every doctor's training. Kennedy said in a video on X, we'll start by embedding nutrition directly into college pre-med programs and test it on the MCAT. What? That's crazy. So that means that the whole MCAT industry they got to write new books. That's crazy. They got to write new books for the MCAT. And they got to change the test. So some things that's on there, they got to delete, they got to, cut out some questions so they can make room to carve a chunk in for nutrition. This is wild. It is an amazing time to be alive. I'm telling y'all. The move comes as Kennedy has taken far more controversial steps to reshape public health in America, including slashing vaccine research and downsizing federal health agencies. The HHS did not respond to individual questions, but pointed NBC News to a news release. Okay, we want to see that. Yeah, we want to see that. Yeah, we want to see this. How long is this? Let me see how long this is. Is this crazy? Can we go through this? Let me see. How long is this? Oh, yeah, we can go through this little quick little thing here. Yeah. This ain't nothing right here. I see that date, though. August 27, 2025. The U.S. Health Department, U.S. Immediately implement comprehensive nutrition education and training. The effort is part of the Trump administration and Secretary Robert F. Kennedy's Make America Healthy agenda, which prioritizes prevention and reducing chronic disease through improved diet and public health measures. Each year, estimated 1 million Americans die from diet-related chronic illnesses. The U.S. spends more than $4 trillion annually on chronic disease and mental health care, despite overwhelming evidence that nutrition is one of the most powerful tools for disease prevention. The vast majority of physicians graduate with little to no training in nutrition counseling. Medical schools talk about nutrition but fail to teach it. We demand immediate, measurable reforms to embed nutrition education across every stage of medical training. Hold institutions accountable for progress and equip every future physician with the tools to prevent disease, not just treat it. Blood clot. While recent Association of American Medical Colleges shows that all U.S. medical schools claim to cover nutrition, other studies show majority of medical students report receiving fewer than 2 hours of instruction. 2 hours. That's very interesting. That's close to what I think is reality. I think they actually get somewhere around maybe 8 hours or 4 hours, but that's over the course of 8 hours over the course of like 4 years is madness. Yeah, that's nothing. Think about 8 hours. We got videos. We got lives that's longer than 8 hours. One. Anyway. Research published in 2024 documents that 75% of medical schools have no required clinical nutrition classes, and only 14% of residency programs has a required nutrition curriculum. The health department is calling for increased nutrition education thresholds across the medical education continuum. The nation's medical schools must fundamentally address this critical gap in healthcare training and ensure that future and current doctors possess the essential knowledge to provide evidence-based nutritional guidance to their patients. U.S. medical education has not kept up with the overwhelming research on the role of nutrition in preventing and treating chronic disease, said U.S. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon. Medical schools across the country must act now to align their training with the latest research so that future physicians have the means to best help their patients stay healthy. The U.S. Department of Education is proud to stand with the HHS and working to lower chronic disease rates, especially in children. To close this gap, the HHS and Department of Education are calling for nutrition education requirements embedded across 6 critical areas: pre-med standards, medical school curricula, medical licensing, residency, board certification, and continuing education. I did not get that one from the demons. Okay, we got the first one, the second one. We got licensing, residency. We don't have board certification. That's interesting. That's very interesting. That means they won't even be able to move state to state with their license without that nutrition work. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my God. That is crazy. Okay, so let's go back to NBC. Let's go back to NBC. All right, so the department has directed medical education organizations to submit written plans for incorporating nutrition education by September 10th. Yeah, so when did this came out? What is the date on this? Okay. So this came out in August, right? So September 10th, long past. Okay. This is crazy. This is wow. So we already in the midst of it then, because this is last year. We in the midst of it. This is interesting. Texas and Louisiana both passed laws in June that goes along with Kennedy. Wow. This is wow, bro. Texas law requires doctors to take nutrition courses to renew their licenses in medical schools to offer nutrition education to receive certain public funds. Louisiana's law requires some doctors to complete a minimum of 1 hour continuing education in nutrition every 4 years. Dr. Nate Wood, a primary care physician and director of culinary medicine at Yale School of Medicine, said the idea that doctors should be well trained in nutrition is a good one. However, he doubted whether it was the most effective approach to fighting chronic disease. I think it's a little short-sighted to think physicians are going to be the answer to this chronic disease epidemic by providing nutrition counseling. Now this is correct. This is correct. Who is this guy? Dr. Nate Wood, director of culinary medicine at Yale School of Medicine, says that doctors should be trained in nutrition. However, he doubts it's the most effective. This is a fact. This I agree with, right? Because what he's saying is that, guess what? What he's saying is that everybody needs to read Dr. Inky books. That's what he's saying, right? Because what he's saying is, even if the doctors get the information, you still have, 300-400 million people in America they still go get X amount of White Castles and Frosty, Slurpees. What Slurpees? Yeah, they still going to get whatever. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna have their Newports with their Slurpee and what. Because John Q. Public has to also get the information. The nation's health won't change until the nation's education changes. That's why I'm saying it's getting ready to be wild opportunity. I'm trying to get y'all ready. I said we got to get the ministers ready. We got Tika and we got Paul. Kyle, I got to get Kyle. I got to get Kyle his first, But, I got two ministers. You know what I'm saying? I got two ministers. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, don't wait. Get the books and get into the books. I just got a lovely book in the mail today. I just got a lovely book in the mail today. Oh my goodness, way ahead of schedule. I just got a lovely book in the mail today. Way ahead of schedule. And you know what? The first 13 pages of this book may be predictive. It may be prophecy of what we're seeing right now. Yeah, look, if you have the book, you know what I'm talking about. But I just got a lovely book. And I'm just telling you, it's wild out there right now. And what that doctor's saying is going to be echoed. He's going to have the major opinion. And I'm not saying him, like they're going to quote him, but I'm saying his opinion is the opinion, is fact. So it's not really opinion. Yes, the standards have to change in the medical schools. If y'all in Black's Anatomy, if y'all in Black's Anatomy, if y'all studying what else, you already know we got the timeline. bop, 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 chop, going crazy. But that creates a place for people to turn to, right? When the medical school curriculums change and John Q. Public is in trouble and they go to wherever for help, that allows them to get more comprehensive help, right? They'll have their drugs, they'll have their knives, but they'll also be able to say, hey, plants, herbs, vitamins, minerals, salad, this, that, they'll be able to direct them to a full, more well-rounded nutrition, even beyond the whole plant versus animal, because you might need you a liver. You might be in a condition where you're in a chronic condition and we might need to have you eat a liver. Yeah, we might need to have you eat a liver. Yeah, eating getting you a nice liver might be medicinal. I can see it. Because people are chronically deficient on a wide variety of vitamin A, and liver is like a blast of a wide variety of vitamin A's. So I can see liver as a meat damn near being medication in a country where all manner of going blind, macular degeneration and everything is on the rise. All manner of losing your eyesight is on the rise in America. So I can see people like, hey, you got to start eating liver twice a week. You got to start eating liver 3 times a week, or whatever the case may be, right? Or maybe putting people on the vegan side, like you got to have X amount of. Remember, we did it before, right? 10K a day, vitamin A. 10,000 IUs a day of vitamin A. Remember, we tried to do the whole, fat. Well, some people, we didn't try, we did. Some people participated, some people did, right? But we did a whole 10K a day vitamin A. It's in one of the books, right? So I can see these things coming to fruition. But the whole country's health is not going to change until everybody get on it. And what's going to happen is a lot of people that watch my videos is going to die off. And when I say die off, I don't mean like, I'm wishing you death or like something like that, but I mean your mindset. For those of you that watch these videos and you don't buy the books, you don't really study, you just tune in every so often and watch the video, your mindset is going to die. You may live to be however old, but your mindset, you're going to be looked at as a dinosaur. You're going to be looked at as a dinosaur because our generation, when I say our generation, I mean us, the people between 40 and 60. We're the first real generation of people, and I'm not sure if that's generationally correct. I don't know if that might be multiple generations, but whatever. The people between 40 and 60, we're the first group of people that age is not actually correlated by number. That has always been a saying. Age ain't nothing but a number, or this, that, like there's always been sayings relative to that. But our generation is the first to really, really make that real. There's people that are 60 years old that move and live like they're 30. There are people that are 35 years old that already have advanced forms of Alzheimer's and dementia setting in already. They already have memory issues and senior citizen arthritis levels and all kinds of stuff in their 30s and 40s. So we know that's no longer a saying. The health of your body and the ability for your brain to interface with your mind determines your real health span. Even the fact that we now have a difference between a health span and a lifespan, right? So there are people that have tremendous health spans and people who don't have, the lifespan. There are people who don't even know there's a difference between a lifespan and a health span. Those people are going to be seen as old. Their mindset is old and you're going to be in the way. The young folks coming up, they're only going to know the new world. They're only going to know to embrace a new certain type of way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, don't play no games. Right? If you hear and you watch these videos, you positioned here for a reason. You at the gold mine already. Like when they had the gold rush and everybody was running to San Francisco to dig up gold, you right here already. If you over here, you already right here. You already here, and you already got a shovel, and you already got a patch of land. You already got a patch of land and a shovel and all that. You right here at the gold rush. All you got to start doing is just digging. Because right here, what we reading, this is the sign. This is when everybody like, hey, it's a gold rush in San Francisco. Hey, it's gold in them there mountains. Like this is they announcing to the world now that, hey, so people getting ready to start. And it ain't full-fledged yet. It ain't full-fledged yet. It's slow. Because right now it's just the early folks, the folks that's in fear. Healthy fear, though. Because they threatening to pull federal funding and budget money and all that. So folks are like, wait, what? I make $50,000 a year. I make $100,000 a year. I make $200,000 a year. They getting ready to do what to my check? Oh, okay, yeah. So where I go to get some information on that? I got to go figure out where I got to get some. Got to give it a year or so, a couple years before it's mass flooding. And then even still, when the mass flooding happens, that's not the positioning and the need yet. The need is coming, though, because when they start to, here's what's happening. They need the curriculums to be instituted by people that know the information, right? But there's no real curriculums to necessarily qualify all these people. So they're going to just have to grab people that have experience. It's going back to that time. It's going back to that time. Wow. That's crazy. I just got a text from Marv. Marv said he's taking a discrete math class on the if P then Q. Shout out to Marv. I'm telling y'all don't realize how far ahead of the learning curve y'all positioned already. He in the class now, and he wrestling with the if P then Q. I'm telling y'all, all this information getting ready to become, you're going to be sitting in 5 or 10 years, you're going to be looking around like, yo, this is crazy. Because we the last country in terms of health. So they have to change everything. They have to change everything. And I'm going to tell you, from being a single father, right? And I'm not equating being a single father to being a president, right? But I am saying that you learn some things are similar, right? Some things can be similar. When you're the head of your household, and this has nothing to do with being a man or a woman, just head of household by yourself, right? When you're the head of household by yourself, there could be things going wrong in your house, right? There could be things that's broken, right? So like structural things that you need to repair, but you can't repair them yet because you need the money to come in. You got enough money to take care of, to keep going forward, make sure, like you got enough money to stay afloat, but you ain't really got no money to do no major repairs and change up structures. And you see what I'm saying? That's structural stuff. Then you may know that you have some systemic flaws in your house, right? Because of schedules or whatever. You may have communication issues with the kids. You need to spend more time with them, or somebody might need more time with their schoolwork or their homework or something like that. But guess what? You don't have no time. You need to fix this, but you don't have the time because you got to work, because you barely making ends meet. You can't stop what you're doing to address that. And unfortunately, you gotta let stuff go by because you just gotta like, oh, okay, when I get some money, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna address this, or maybe I'll hire a tutor or get you something. We'll figure it out. I just gotta get to the next. Well, that doesn't only exist in your life. That exists in everybody's household that is head of household, even if the head of the household is not even the household, right? Those problems expand if you're the mayor, if you're the governor, if you're the president, right? So you got to say to yourself, wow, taking note of things that need to be fixed in your house. You got to stay focused on the economics. You got to get to this bag, right? Because until you get a breather where you could step off the treadmill, you can't turn around and address nothing. Venezuela. This is speculation, but I believe these things correlate. Venezuela is getting ready to offer America a moment to step off the treadmill. For a long time, oil has been an issue for us. So even if only for a year, 5 years, or 10 years, having some actual reserves that we got control of, instead of having to wrestle with Saudi Arabia and Russia and all these other people, having some actual home, maybe not homegrown, but Venezuela is like an Uber from your crib. You know what I'm saying? Like country-wise, like it's like taking an Uber, a $20 Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like Venezuela right there, technically. You know what I'm saying? It's not Middle East or, you know what I'm saying? It's over here, right? So having some oil like right there, I think those things come together. And I think if you're a person that's in a situation where you're planning for 10 years, 20 years out, that gives you that chance to go, okay, wait a minute. We're getting ready to leverage some income coming in. That income coming in, we need to put that on this leaky roof right here. This roof right here, yeah, we need to get a new boiler, leaky roof, right? Maybe I could take a few dollars and put the babies in private school, or, you know, get them a tutor, or, you know, like we got a few dollars. We're going to invest this in us. We're going to take a few of these dollars and we're going to invest this in us. I know we got people we owe money, right? We ain't paid the light bill. We ain't paid the modem. We ain't paid the, you know what I mean? We owe some bills, right? Because I think America, we still owe China and this one and that. We owe some bills, but we're going to take some of this money coming in. Yeah, we getting ready to put this on grandpa and them. We getting ready to put a few dollars with our old folks, and we getting ready to put another few dollars over here so our kids can stop having Sunkiss and Domino's pizza for lunch. yeah, we getting ready to figure this thing out. Because it doesn't make sense for us to invent technology that we can't capitalize because we don't have the bandwidth in our country. There's a lot of jobs that are exported to other countries, not because it's cheaper, but because we don't have the people with the mind to do those jobs here. So they got to go to more tech savvy countries, or more health conscious countries, or more people that are with the engineering, because they already on, you know, light based, you know, it's just other places, other countries is it more advanced in certain areas. So I think that we're in a little bubble, and there's going to be a musical chairs that's going to happen over the next, you know, 5 years or so, that people with information can take advantage of. Yeah, I think people with advantage, with information. Yeah. Because we look stupid. We look stupid. That is the biggest black eye on America. That America is the sickest nation in the world. That's crazy. That's crazy. That makes everything else not make any sense. The whole idea that America is wealthy, health is wealth. You can't be wealthy if you're sick. That means that America's not wealthy. America's insane. Because if you believe the fact that having a lot of money makes you wealthy while everybody's sick and on 5-10 different pills and surgeries, you're crazy. Which is why the majority of recreational drugs get consumed here. These things are not coincidental. The fact that the majority of the world's recreational drugs are consumed in America is not a coincidence to the fact that, or not unrelated from the fact that America's last in health. You can't have a nation of drunk, high people that are super healthy like that. Like that doesn't even. If P then Q, like Marv just texted me. If P then Q. You cannot have a nation full of high drunk people that's healthy, right? So everything got to change. Look at Hollywood. Every single TV show you watch, every TV show is crazy. Alcohol goes with every moment. Alcohol goes with every moment. Every moment you are suggested to have alcohol for that moment. If it's a celebration, you should pop champagne. If something bad happens, you should have a straight drink. If you just relaxing at home because nothing is happening, you should have some cold beer. Like, if you're having a romantic evening, you should have wine. There's no moment in America that you are not promoted to have alcohol with. And it's not weed as the gateway drug. Alcohol is the gateway drug because alcohol makes you want to do everything else. Alcohol make you want to do everything. It don't matter what that thing is. Anything that you ever done before, if you drink, you're going to do some of that, period. If you smoke cigarettes, you drink a little bit, all of a sudden you smoking. You might have not smoked a cigarette in 3, 4, 5 years. If you get some alcohol in your system, you will be looking around for a cigarette. Alcohol is the gateway drug. Alcohol is associated with most violent death and crime in America. Alcohol is wild. Yeah, but alcohol strong-armed its way into legitimacy. Alcohol was illegal. Alcohol was illegal, but it was generating too much money, so it had to be made legal. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stop it, so they just had to legalize it to cut down some of the crime associated with it. You know, but alcohol strong-armed its way. That's how we get all the Al Capone movies and the gangsters and all that. That was liquor. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, wake up. You know what I'm saying? History is right in front of us now. History, my yesterday's your tomorrow. Yeah, history is right in front of you. It's crazy. It is crazy. So they got to invest in the healthcare because America being last place in health is crazy in every sort of way possible. Every sort of way possible. The fact that there's a bunch of countries in Europe, and we've been talking about this forever, but there's a bunch of countries in Europe that American food is contraband in these countries. American food is illegal to have in other countries. There are other countries in Europe and all throughout the world where certain food items from America is illegal. Period. If you have a pack of Starburst in certain countries, that is illegal, chemical. I don't even know how they phrase it. I do know you might go to jail. Yeah, unless you be like, well, I'm American. I know nobody. All right, well, yeah, let me get that up off you. Yeah, give me that. You can't have this here. You can go get you. Yeah, we have something similar, just same thing, but this our version. You can go get you. Yeah, let me get that. Dispose of that toxic Let me dispose of that toxic waste you have right there. Yeah. They're going to dispose of your toxic waste. Yeah, your Starburst pack. Yeah, they're going to dispose of that. Yeah, let's go get you some of these right here. So things that is different. It's different. So they have to somehow fix that. And the person who fixes that, Trump knows what he's doing. I ain't gonna say he's a genius or he know everything, but Trump knows what he's doing. Because the president responsible for changing health in America is the GOAT. He may not be in the time period, but presidents don't play for their time period. Presidents go by their place in history. 50 years later, 100 years later, you look back and review what they did and how it impacted the world or whatever the case may be. The president that changes the health in America, he's going to go down in real time as the devil, because people are going to hate him for messing with their addictions and all that. He already done started by restricting EBT and SNAP benefits and all that to healthy stuff. Now he's changing the definition of healthy stuff. Like now he's making the doctors, like this is the third thing. First was the EBT and the SNAP and the WIC and all that. You can't buy junk food. You only got to buy healthy food. Now he changed the definition of what healthy food is. Now we're going back and getting the health professionals new education on the things that are healthy foods so they can trickle down. So everybody's going to hate him, right? The pharmaceutical companies, they're going to start losing money. They're going to start fighting back. They're going to start losing money. They're going to start fighting back. Actually, they might not, though, because those people are invested in other things. And we talked about this years ago. When I still lived in Philly, I was doing videos about this. The pharmaceutical companies are the people that own the beef. Like these are all the same people, right? This is why ownership is private. There's a very small group of people that own a lot of these different, they're invested in all these companies. So this is why at first they was laughing at the plant-based people. But as the plant-based got bigger, right, as the base of the plant-based, that was good. That's like an entendre right there. As the plant-based got bigger, they began to buy the businesses. So where they was laughing at like juice companies and, plant-based meats and this, now the dairy companies, the meat companies, all them people own the healthy food companies. So they're just diversifying their portfolios. So they're not going to necessarily, they might lose money in those pharmaceutical companies per se. But the new places that open up or the places that start to make more money at the loss of those, they will be invested in those places. They'll be invested in those places, right? They already have nutraceuticals, so they're already making a ton of money from herbs and supplements and all of the naturopathic stuff anyway. So they're already well diversified across the board. People that have jobs at pharmaceutical companies may be in trouble. Like vice presidents, presidents, those types of people, CEOs, those people will be in trouble, right? But the people that own the pharmaceutical companies will not be in any trouble. They'll be fine, right? Because they're already doing other stuff. They listening to this stuff. They finding out about these laws before we do. And they're already moving around. They're already moving around, investing into different stuff, changing the world around. You know what I'm saying? So they're already positioning themselves, their babies. And you know why? Not just for money purposes, because they want to live longer. They want to live healthier. So it's not just about positioning to make money. They want to live longer. Everybody saw Michael Jackson and Prince. Everybody watched that. Everybody watched that. All these old white folks and all these rich people, they all watching their parents and they watching all day. Nobody wants to die young. That's not a race thing. That's not an economics thing. Nobody wants to die young. So these people are positioning themselves. That's all I'm saying. These people are positioning themselves. There's a lot of people sleep. It's a lot of people sleeping. It's a lot of people sleep. The very small handful of people that are awake, you have the opportunity to help change the world in real time. Madman 999. I got a question for you. You said maybe they will start making real vitamins. They already make real vitamins, right? That's the vitamin market. They already make real vitamins. That's the vitamin market, right? So you can go get, for instance, you can go get some vitamin D for $5, or even I think maybe $2 or $3. You might be able to find vitamin D for like $2, $3. Back in the days, it was 99 cents, right? For the lowest quality, right? But now I'm sure it's probably $2, $3, maybe $5 for the lowest quality. Then you can get some slightly better, $10, $20, $50, right? And you can go into plants and start getting your nutrition from herbs and different, there's all levels. So everything is already available. That's the problem. Because a person can go to a vitamin place. First of all, the vitamin place, the person who owns the vitamin store may not have nutrition expertise. They may just open it up because it's a good franchise opportunity. They just open it up for money. Like, people want to buy vitamins, I'll sell vitamins, but they don't really know nothing about it. So but they just stock the shelves, whether they know something or not. John Q. Public doesn't know anything. So they walk in there and all they know is, I need some vitamin D. Because it's a low priority to them, because they don't know how vitamin D really impacts their life. They don't know the value of it. They really don't even want to be in there wasting their money on vitamins. People say things like this to me all the time. Well, I ain't got money to waste on herbs. I ain't got money to waste on vitamins. Man, I ain't got no money to waste no money on no books. Man, I ain't got no time to waste reading no books. Like, I hear this all the time. It's just because people don't know the value of what they're getting in exchange, right? So they go into a vitamin place and they see the different options, or they may go online and see the different options, or they may go to somebody's website like mine and see custom design items and be like, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this. This is crazy. I'm going to go right there. They got something at our CVS. I've seen something at CVS for $6. I'm not getting it. What is this? This is crazy. I'm going CVS, $6. They don't know the difference. They don't know why. They should probably figure out, well, wait a minute. Yes, there is overpriced foolishness out there, right? Like, we have chlorella, 100 tablets, right? Right now, they're on sale, $20, 100 tablets, right? There are people that are selling chlorella $100 for 200 tablets or 300 tablets. Like, what are you doing? Well, people need this. It's high nutrition. It's this, it's that. It's life-saving. True, but that doesn't mean you should price gouge, right? So there is overpriced material, but there's a difference between value and junk. And because John Q. Public is not educated, they don't know the difference. They think everything is overpriced and they should just get the cheapest one there. And when they get the cheapest one there, it's low quality or no quality. So they don't get the result. This is the important part. Because they bought the lowest quality or the no quality item, whatever was the driving force of them to go get it, they never saw the benefits, right? Somebody might have told them, or they might have learned somewhere, or maybe even their doctor said, hey, you need to get vitamin D for your blood pressure, whatever. Well, they went and got some vitamin D and they've been taking it and they ain't noticed no change in their blood pressure. So they stopped buying the vitamin D. What am I buying this for? It's a waste of money. Yeah, because what is that what is that you buying? This is vitamin D. Who told you that was like, what is that? No, that's not, what are you doing with that? That you might as well have just went outside and took your shirt off at lunchtime. That right there, you done spent that little $6 on. You could have kept that $6. That is nothing right there, right? But John Q. Public just don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? We walking around. This is a world where we walking around where we pride ourselves on buying a more expensive purse. We pride ourselves on a Birkin bag, Louis Vuitton bag, right? Jordans, Gucci sneakers. We pride ourselves on those things. We don't want to even be seen as undercutting the price when it comes to luxury outerwear, what goes on the outside of our body. But when it comes to what we put in our body, oh my God. They getting ready to read every ingredient, what this ingredient is. I'll be like, hold up. What do you mean? What is that ingredient? What difference do it make? If I tell you what the ingredient is, you don't even know what this stuff is anyway. And since when you start looking at ingredients, what did you have for breakfast today? Oh, I went to such and such restaurant and I had XYZ for breakfast. Okay, well, what was the ingredients in that? Did you put any condiments on? You had a salad? Okay, you use salad dressing. What was the ingredients in your salad dressing? I don't know. It was ranch. I don't know. It was French. You don't know none of those ingredients. Why? Why are you taking the time to stress these ingredients? Because you want to price gouge. You want to look at my ingredients to see if there's some way you can get me to say, oh, yo, well, let me, yeah, well, just give me this amount then. You want to haggle down. You're only reading the ingredients to try to haggle down the price because you don't see the value. You went to your restaurant, you got whatever, you put that ketchup, hot sauce, French dressing, whatever they put in the cake or what, you don't know none of them ingredients and don't care. You shop in the supermarket, you just throw stuff in the cart. Right? Because we don't have the education. That's why the books are the food, the songs are the vitamins. Because the most important thing that people need is the information. We already have everything available to us in America. We just don't have the information to be able to process what's trash and what has a value. Period. And then the crazy thing is, think about this. In America, we buy expensive clothes and don't wear them. Everybody that you see buying expensive sneakers, what do? They have these little cases now where sneakers is put up into the house. My generation from the neighborhood, people in poverty, we started the sneaker game because sneakers was a thing that showed that you was somebody in the neighborhood. You can get you a nice girlfriend. You hang out with you were somebody in the neighborhood. Now people just collecting sneakers arbitrarily and don't even wear them. They put them up in the closet. They don't wear them. They buy them, they hold them, and then they wind up giving them away or selling them for way less than what they bought them for. Like sneakers it's stupid. There's no intrinsic value because they're not even using them. It's not like they bad, they ballers in them or they wearing them in the neighborhood for their status to make some money or something. At least with a watch, you could say maybe you put on a watch, you go do business, you impress. People just buying this. It's no value. This is the conversation that sovereign citizens or Moors or whoever that was talking about sovereignty should have been having. It's not that money doesn't have a value. Money has a very real value because it's tied to the work of people. It doesn't have an intrinsic value, but it has an associated value. The problem is that we haven't prioritized the value of real things in our real world. So you have people more worried about aliens than they are, they're more worried about communicating with aliens out of space than maybe their kids. their wife, their husband, their mom, right? Their dad, right? We worried about aliens. Yo, you think it's alien who? When the last time you spoke to your brothers and sisters? When the last time you spoke to your mom, your dad, when the last time you watched a movie with your kids? When's the last time your family has eaten a meal all together in the same place? Like not at the house at the same time where such and such, you grabbing a plate, going to other rooms and all that. When the last time y'all ate a meal together all at the same time in the same room? Whether that's all in one bedroom, the living room, the dining room, wherever, just all in one room at the same time. Those are the things that has value. I'm telling you. Now, listen, I'm going to keep it real. There is a need to kind of, I'm not saying we should block out aliens. I'm just saying we got to prioritize, right? I'm just saying we got to prioritize. I don't want to be ignorant to anything, you know what I'm saying? So if ship land, we should probably have a plan in place, you know what I mean? But, we got to prioritize and be ready for stuff. And we have an opportunity to be ready for something that we have actively been preparing and investing time and money for. If you have 5 of my books, 10 of my books, 20 of my books, you have effectively been investing time and money into this new world that may or may not have, and now we know it's coming. It's almost here. It's almost here. You got like 5 or 10 more minutes for you turn around and you go to the hospital and a part of your prescription is a meal plan. A part of your prescription is going to be some sort of workout plan that you're going to say, yo, this looked just like the prayer that Inky had. Remember Inky had the prayer joint where we was all supposed to be doing the prayers? Yeah, they told me I'm supposed to do a workout like 3-4 times a day, just a little quick 5-minute workout 3-4 times a day. They told me I got to do that. I wonder where we heard that first. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, because they created a universe. And for a pastime, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like people that trade Garbage Pail Kids or build Lego land and stuff like that. It's a dope universe. You know what I'm saying? The whole idea of, aliens and underground people and, all that's like cosplay, adult, spare time stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. You got to have some hobbies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's not real. That's not real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like your physical health, your mental health over everything. Because nothing else has a value outside that. Your kids, your husband, your wife, your mother and father don't even have a value outside your health. Period. If you don't believe me on what I'm saying sound crazy, go to a hospital and talk to some people that are going to visit people that have dementia. When they come out of going to see their mom with dementia, or they go see their dad with dementia, or their husband or wife with talk to those people and see what they tell you. Ask them what's the most heartbreaking thing to deal with. And they all agree. They all will agree. The hardest thing to deal with is your mother looking at you and they don't even know who you are. You're a complete stranger to them. This is your father, your husband, your wife looking right at you, and they have no idea who you are. They have no idea who you are. In fact, they might start talking to you as if you was a nurse or somebody. Like, yeah, so you going to bring me my pills today, or you going to give me my lunch? Because yesterday I didn't even like the lunch we had. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go get that for you right now. Okay, and what's your name again? Are you a new nurse here? And you're like, me? You want to know my name? What? Yeah, what is your name? This is the first time I seen you. You just start working here? Like, Ma, this is me. I'm your son. I'm your daughter. I'm your wife. I'm your husband. I'm your uncle. I'm your auntie. They don't know who you is. It's gone. Their health and you vanish at the same time. When their brain ability to interface with their mind left because their health left, your memory left, your association, their ability to associate the physical thing that they see in front of them with all of the experiences and information associated with that visual, it's gone. Yeah. That's why all big companies and all businesses and all that, they have a clause in it. It says if for any reason you're mentally incapacitated, your holdings in the business, whatever it is, gets passed off to somebody else. Yeah. So you go own the biggest business in the world, lose your mind, and that's when that day when the day you lost your health, you also lost your businesses. Boop. That's already written into all the contracts and all that. As soon as you're mentally unstable, somebody else taking your whole whatever you had, somebody else taking that. And if you haven't willed that over to a kid or somebody, husband, wife, some John whoever at the job is taking that. Vice president, president, your partner, your whoever, they grabbing that. Zoop. So everything is contingent on your health. There's nothing else out here, really. Everything else is contingent on your health. Yeah. Yo, hold on. I got a question for some of y'all because I don't know who y'all is. And I want to ask y'all, did y'all switch y'all screen names? Do y'all have new screen names? Or are y'all new to the channel? Did y'all switch y'all screen names or are y'all new to the channel? Because some of y'all, I never seen y'all before. I mean, I've seen y'all maybe the last week or so, but I don't know these names. Yeah, some of these names I don't know. And I feel like y'all switching names because Jack, wherever Jack is, right? Jack done switched his name to Viking. Yeah, I need to know. Okay, Madman, what was your old screen name? That's what I'm saying. I knew some of y'all had to switch y'all names. Somebody said it changed by itself. That's crazy. Your screen name ain't changed by itself. What are you talking about? Changed by itself. You trolling. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, see, now I definitely know that screen name. BMST Group. No, Peyton, will you get your butt out the way? Everybody know who you is over here. Yeah, come on, Bantu Mandinka. See, I know. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm saying. I know these people, but oh, okay. So what was your old name then, Brain Drip? What was your last name? Now that I know Madman done changed his name, Scholar 1435 changed his name. Marv, knock it off, bro. Yeah, Marv, you Marv for life. I don't care how many times you change your name, buddy. You are Marvin forever. Yeah. You are Marvin forever, and you are etched into society, sir. My bad. You know when I get going. I changed mine recently. Okay, so what was your name? Yeah, I got to get all these new names. That's crazy. Jeremiah 8. I think I do remember that name. Jeremiah for sure. Man, y'all trolling. Y'all is trolling for sure with all these new names. What are y'all doing? Listening to YouTube. Don't listen to YouTube. Don't listen to YouTube. Man, I don't know what that was. I don't know what. I must have been late or missing something. That was crazy. That was loaded. Society Baby, text my phone 586-298-5000. Text this phone right now. Society Baby. Come on, Society Baby. Text my phone. Yeah, we already figured you out earlier, Jack. We know Jack. Jack is now Viking Hotep. We already know. We figured you out earlier, Jack. Yeah, I was looking. I was like, where's Jack? We ain't seen Jack. No, because Jack is no longer exists. Jack is Viking Hotep. Oh, okay. So yeah, we was looking for you, Jack. All right, I'm waiting for you to text my phone though. Society's Baby. Do I know that most superstar players in sports do not show their father because they were artificially inseminated by another famous player? I don't know. That seems like a rabbit hole that might be too big for me to go into. Yo, that's a rabbit hole too big for me. We gotta, that's crazy right there. I ain't gonna doubt it though. I ain't gonna doubt it. But that's crazy right there. That's the first time I'm hearing of that. That's the first time I'm hearing of that. That is crazy. I do know that there's a lot of nepotism in NBA. I know there's a lot of nepotism in the NBA and football. Yeah, okay. Y'all going crazy in the chat. Okay, yeah. Sometimes the chat get crazy. Sometimes the chat gets crazy, and then we get lost in the chat. Yeah, sometimes the chat gets crazy. But this is why we have to learn this. So anyway, let me pull up a couple of things I want to share. What can we look at? Let's go back over here to the demons. Let's look up some nutrition. Let's look up some nutrition. Okay, boom. Society's Baby. Nah, you are trolling. We're going to get you together. I got you. Yeah, we're going to get you together. We can't start off 2026 like this. We can't start off 2026 like this. Yeah, we gotta get society's baby together.
In the beginning was the wave.
Resonate, resonate, see what I'm saying, levitate, resonate, resonate, nah, I mean I'm trying to elevate, resonate, resonate, words can't describe or articulate, resonate, resonate, feel me, celebrate. When they was partying and they was drinking, the gospel of music had me right and thinking. Music is sounds, but it's also written words. Lego notes, fifths, halves, quarters, thirds. The periodic table of atoms. The language of the gods and wave patterns. The periodic table of atoms. E equals MC squared. The musical wave patterns. The facts are late. Synapse engaged. Perhaps a slave. Collapse away. The heart detonate. The tongue generate. The stone demonstrate. The mind meditate. Honestly, honor me for escaping poverty, turning lemons to lemonade, noise into harmony, awfully. God is the music of my artery, the heart of me, the beat is the best part of me. God is the way, God is the music, God is the music. Without it, I might lose it. God is the way, God is the music. Without God, I might lose it, I might lose it. Resonate, resonate. See what I'm saying? Still hear them. Periodic table waves to the inky theorem. You never seen God, but you fear him. My thoughts don't make sounds, but I can still hear them. My thoughts don't make sounds, but I can still hear them. I don't know, understand the love words, but I feel them. My heart wild, my heart savage. That's why it's so easy to love bad habits. They block pain like perks. The music got the line below 20 hertz. I can feel it in my bones. Peace so electric, we so electric. Respect it. When they was partying and they was drinking, the gospel of music had me right and thinking. Music is sounds, but it's also written words. Lego notes, fifths, halves, quarters, thirds.
In the beginning was the wave.
Periodic table of atoms. The language of the gods and wave patterns. The periodic table of atoms equals MC.
Share the video, hit the like, subscribe, Cash App, Super Chat, AmericanHealer.website, Amazon.
All right. So this is what I want to look at real quick. Let's come over here. And I want to take a look at, let me see. Can y'all see what I'm looking at? Okay, cool. Right. And so, yes, we have the 100 packs. We have the 100 packs on the website. So I want to look at this. Now, we're going to look at chlorella in a second. I'm not a big fan of spirulina. All right. That will not change. But the efficacy of spirulina, for people that choose to use it, it still is something that we have to discuss, because regardless to what I feel about spirulina is more nutritious for you than, let's say, an order of French fries. Let's say a double cheeseburger from Checkers, right? Let's say a Little Caesar's pizza pie, right? So we need to take a look at spirulina, right? A blue-green algae, right? Not necessarily so. It is a cyanobacteria, but we are not going to split hairs about it right this second, right? Yeah, we're not going to split hairs about it. Give me 1 second.
You need that D, yeah. D, D, D with that blue magic. You need that D, D with that blue magic. You need that D, D with that blue magic. Theology in a bottle. Calcium electric, I'm magnetic. Your kidney electric, your liver magnetic. I'm talking kinetic. That deep put God in the flesh. That deep put God in the flesh. Say it, say it. Electrons in your bones, stay high on that blue magic brain glow set. Dopamine flow, genes mode activate. Orally, fall. All spirit low, chakra, Inky the doctor. Ancient physics streaming on the product. The ketamine, ancient chemistry, biblical fact. Bring it back from the scroll to the left, from the text to the trap, yeah. Cash up, super chats on crowded jeans, score. Yeah, run it up. Cash up, super chats on crowded jeans, score. Hey, tap in, let's go. Cash up, super chats on crowded jeans, score. Send that love, Cash up, super chats on crowded jeans, score. Jack score. Hit the like button, send those viral. Typing in the chat, that's tribal. Support the latest cycle. Run it back, flip that title. Subscribe, join the Patreon, level up tiers. Hit the website, we been grinding for a year. Get a bush, that brain, and the bank gets bigger. Copy the URL, make the shares go quicker. Posting on your socials, tag that name. One little share, whole feed in flame. Catch them on the screen, up in that frame. Super chat lit, that's jet fuel flame. Cash out, super chats on the crowd, just go. Send that love. Cash up, super chats on crowd, just go. Let's go. Just go. Come to my YouTube page, don't lag. Bell on.
We might not even get a chance to go into this. We got a guest getting ready to tap in. So we're going to have a special live edition. Chef Will is back. So we might have to put this to the side to tomorrow. So we're going to see if we can get Chef Will in here. But we'll go into this until we get Chef Will in. We'll keep rocking until we get Chef Will in. Right? All right. So spirulina became famous after it was successfully used by NASA as a dietary supplement for astronauts on space missions. It has the ability to modulate immune function, exhibit anti-inflammatory properties by inhibiting the release of histamine by mast cells. Okay, now, this is important right here, right? This is important, right? This is important. For those of you that have the Eat Right book or the Constitution book, we talk about this. We've been talking about histamine for a very long time, right? We've been talking about histamine for a very long time. In fact, I even pulled out, well, it was a comedicine. It was in comedicine. I had pulled out briefly the children's allergy book, right? Everybody should have this book. This book is about allergies, immunoglobulins, the immune system. It's a very small book, but it has a lot of information in this book, especially if you're a parent. If you're a parent, you really can't afford not to have this book, right? But histamine is crucial Histamine is crucial in the world of allergies. So in the world of allergies, in the world of autoimmune disease, right? Because allergies have kind of gotten redirected into the world of autoimmune disease. It's like the baby stages of autoimmune disease, right? So histamine becomes the big player in that world. So spirulina, being able to, I'm not going to say eliminate allergies because that'll be super overstepping, but by neutralizing histamine, 100 packs. We got the 100 packs of spirulina. It's on the website. I'm just saying. Modulate immune function and exhibit anti-inflammatory properties by inhibiting the release of histamine by mast cells. Multiple studies investigating the efficacy and potential clinical applications of spirulina in treating several diseases have been performed, and a few randomized controlled trials and systemic reviews suggest that this algae may improve several symptoms and may even have anti-cancer, antiviral, and anti-allergic effects, right? So anyway, we're going to come back to this. I see the chat is going crazy. Will, we see you.
We in there?
Like swimwear, you look nice and clear.
I'm in the flesh.
You in the flesh, live and direct.
Hold on, man.
Will felt some type of way the other day. He was on his Clark Kent joint. Now he back full Superman. He back to running the phone booth.
How many viewers we got going on, man? What we got in here, man? Because I'm not giving them the sauce until we got some people, man. Can you see me clear, though? You got a good parameter of everything?
Yeah. We got a few people.
What they asking for, man?
I don't know, man. They asking that they just want to see the work. At this point, they don't even care. They just want to see what's getting ready to. They see you putting things on the table. They don't know they want to see what's going to happen with all that. They said they want everything. They want everything.
First, you gotta have a good knife, a nice set, knife kit. You can't be coming in the kitchen half stepping. You know,
Yeah, that looks crazy already. I can't hold you.
So let's talk about it.
That look like Antonio Banderas or something crazy. Like that look crazy.
What we gonna bring in? What we working with today? Oh, look at this. These were made over in Japan. So I'm gonna go with this baby. This is my chef knife, dual knife. And we about to get busy with that. So
you see that joint again? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Nasty work right there.
Sharp. Let me show you something. Let me show you how sharp this is. Let me show you how sharp. Hold on.
Oh, that's crazy.
You got?
Yeah, that's crazy.
See that? All right. Let's get into it, guys. So I'm making some meals. And come on, talk to me. Tell me what they talking about, man.
Man, listen, we were just going in because RFK Jr. has just made it a law. He just made it a law that doctors going to have to go back to school to study nutrition. And all of the medical schools going to have to change their curriculums.
Look at that.
To learn this information right here.
Absolutely. See how I keep that go?
Now listen, Will, for somebody like you, this is going to be crazy, a crazy game changer.
Absolutely.
Because when the medical schools require nutrition as a part of treatment, that means that they have to then begin to hire people that know how to actually turn the ideas into real food in the kitchen. Like they have to be able to take the concepts, the health concepts and the healthy lifestyle ideas and actually turn that into some sort of chicken, kale, cauliflower, cabbage.
A complete meal.
A complete meal.
So I'm cutting these up into sort of medallion spears. And what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to roast them in the oven until they get caramelized. So what I like to do is, simplicity is the key for me. Keeping things simple. I don't want to do too much, but I want to do enough to let this ingredient truly shine through. So I like using gochujang. This is fermented chili paste. So what I like to do first is take a little bit of avocado oil and just hit it. Just a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Right? So right here, I got Celtic sea salt. I hit it with just a little bit of that on it, not too much. Right? I'm gonna do something fun with this today. Right? 1 second.
All right. Well, while we waiting on you to do your thing, let me just add this. A lot of people, y'all sleep on cauliflower. And I'm going to tell you why y'all sleep on cauliflower. Because cauliflower got disrespected. Cauliflower got thrown in with white milk, white bread, white rice. Back in the days when we was getting rid of all of the white colored foods, cauliflower got violated. Cauliflower is highly powerful. I had to go restudy cauliflower myself because I started to eating buffalo cauliflower. And then I wanted to know what was in the cauliflower is loaded with vitamin K, isothiocyanates, glucosinates, all kinds of anti-cancer, anti-arthritis. There is so many different benefits to cauliflower. So cauliflower is definitely one of them. Cauliflower is light skin. Cauliflower is not to be linked with white bread and white rice.
So I'm gonna paint these on like a canvas.
And what is that you painting onto there?
Fermented chili paste.
Okay.
This is gonna give it a spicy component, but yet it's gonna be savory, allowing the cauliflower still to shine through, but just giving it little nuances of heat, sweet, you know. And the more you caramelize, and so what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna roast it. I'm not gonna do anything to it. I'm gonna pop it in the oven, 350, right? I'm gonna cover it first. And the reason that I'm gonna cover it so this core in the middle can soften up and it can be palatable. But it just depends the individual. Uh, I don't need to cook my cauliflower a lot to really enjoy it. I like texture. I'm a texture type of guy. So this is going to sort of take it to another level today, guys. So I hope you got your notebooks out. This is something for a game changer for the family, friends, you know, and it adds some sophistication the way that it's cut. Look at that. Looks good.
And let me say this. You also add in pigment to the cauliflower, so they're getting a lot of different vitamin A's, a lot of carotenoids and beta carotenes and all that with the fermented chili. And
Absolutely.
then also they're getting that GLP-1 stimulation from the cauliflower's fiber and from the fermented chili, because the fermented chili is going to get the microbiome going. So there's a lot of different scientific. Now he's putting this together from an artistic, culinary, but there's a lot of nutrition, and this is what I'm saying about what RFK is doing. This is going to become a standard medicinal treatment. I want y'all to prepare yourself for a future where this is not like a dinner or a meal. This is a medicinal treatment. This is crazy.
And the beauty in this, like, you gotta have fun with it as well. When you cooking, you gotta have it, nothing but fun. It's just being carefree. As I'm adding this on each side, it's not about perfection. It's just about being intentional, especially when you're making healthy meals. So what this is going to do is going to caramelize. The cauliflower is going to get color. It's going to get sweet. It's going to have some savory notes. And it's going to be really amazing.
Nowhere else in the world is you getting this type of information, and then out of nowhere, a world-class, international famous chef pop on for a live demonstration. Nowhere on earth except right here. This is crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're getting it raw right now. You know, no edits, straight through. Straight through, guys. This is what we doing today. When me and Ink collab, you're going to get nothing but energy, information, and it's going to be something that you're going to take with you afterwards.
This is an instant classic. This is crazy.
Absolutely. So I'm going to clean this up. Right? Make sure you got your oven. Can you see the oven, Ink?
Yep.
Oven
Not close up, but we can see it clearly.
Oven 350, always. Give me 2 minutes. 1 minute.
So now we got an anti-cancer treatment on the table. I want y'all to understand the world that RFK is bringing us into. The world RFK bringing us into is where this is going to be looked at as an anti-cancer treatment because of what's called isothiocyanates in the cruciferous world. Okay, Will is just putting this in the oven.
I'm going to give y'all a close-up, too. Right? I'm going to snug these in there. Real nice and sexy.
And I want to be honest. I believe that right now, y'all getting a master class because what he's doing so far, what he's done, everybody can do what he just did. You're getting a master class by a master chef. And we've talked a lot about isothiocyanates from the cruciferous family, whether that's kale, cabbage is the most well known, right? But Brussels sprouts is one of my favorites from the cruciferous family. A lot of people in the workout space, they go and they buy DIMS, right? DIMS, DIMS, DIMS. They do that because the DIMS lowers the estrogen levels and builds up the testosterone. That's all throughout the cruciferous. So this right here is a treatment. So people on TRT,
a little bit more.
y'all TRT people,
A little bit more. There we go. See me checking it out. Boom. Now I'm popping this in the oven.
Wait a minute. Will, wait. Come back and give us another one of them close-ups. Yeah, that looks delicious. Yeah, that look crazy. That look delicious.
And then as it caramelized, oh my goodness.
Man, that look delicious.
Popping that in there. We letting that go. I'm about to take you on a culinary journey. Just give me a second.
Yeah, that look crazy. I was like, wait a minute. We need to see that again. Wait a minute. We need to see that again.
You need another shot of that?
nah. We good. That joint look good.
That knife, look at that beauty. Never submerge your knife underwater. Y'all know that, right? Especially a good one. So now, I already have some quinoa that I already prepared. This is going to be the base of it. Look at this. This is organic tricolor quinoa. Look at that.
Okay, now hold on. That's beautiful. You know why that's beautiful?
Why?
Because when we did the live on Sunday, we saw you putting together the ancient grains and boom, boom, boom. So now we getting to see you using them in real time.
And the beauty in quinoa, it can pair with any dish because it's a complete protein. So if you have this, a base, this is your protein. So, and the one thing about quinoa, you don't want to overcook it. If you look at my hands, all the grains are separated. Like they're not clumped together, they're not stuck together. You don't want to overcook it and split the grain either.
And quinoa is an excellent source of magnesium and zinc, two things that people are super deficient in. And zinc is good because zinc operates a lot of the immune cells and immune.
How many of you guys? Oh, my bad, Ink.
No. I'm just saying zinc is good for a lot of the enzymes and just the immune system in general, especially dealing with the skin. Zinc is fantastic for that. Go ahead. Do your thing, Will.
How many of you guys are into oyster mushrooms? How many of you guys like oyster mushrooms? How many of them?
I think almost everybody that's into mushrooms like oyster mushrooms.
Check me out. Look at those. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Check this out. So when I'm looking for product, I'm looking for the color. I'm looking for the density.
Can you bring that up closer to the screen? Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
I'm looking for all of those different things when I'm shopping or looking for certain things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start breaking these down. Let me give you a clear view because I don't want to block your view. I want you to see the cutting skills as well. I don't want to. It's an experience tonight, guys. So I'm gonna take these. We're gonna start cutting the mushrooms down. Now, this part of the mushroom is very fibrous. You can keep it on or take it off. If you keep it on, the caramelization process is going to take much longer. So what I like to do when I'm roasting in the oven, I discard this. It's just a little bit. I take it off. It's very fibrous. It's the connective tissue, sort of like everything that ties the mushroom together. And that's going to allow me, I don't even have to cut it. It's going to start breaking apart very easily. Just like that. Real simple and easy. If you don't want it to fall apart like that, you just leave it. And it's better if you're frying it or pan-searing it. You can leave that knob, boom. That's the piece that holds it together. As you can see, the further I go in, the more it releases. Look at that. So you don't have to struggle with the mushroom. You just let it be. So I don't try to take anything away from it. I let it be in its natural element. So right there, I'm gonna do it again. Boom. And then that's like a little give. You do it again. Boom. Until you get to that space where it gives you that. I come here, I'm gonna do it again. Cut that off and see as it starts falling apart. Any questions? Anybody asking anything?
You good. You cooking.
So we're gonna do that as well. And let that kind of flow. And so I want to be efficient and I want to maximize all of my ingredients. These pieces, don't throw them away. You can make an amazing mushroom stock. You can dehydrate it and make a mushroom powder and do a seasoning. So don't throw these away. It's everything that an ingredient has, you can use it. This onion, the skin, you can use it. This banana, the skin, you can use it. This lemon, you can use it. Everything on a vegetable, you can use each component of it. And as me and Ink goes on, I'm gonna keep showing you these different little nuances. So we're gonna break that. So what I'm doing, the dishes that I'm doing today is I'm going to do roasted oyster mushroom over chickpea bow tie pasta. I'm going to do a spicy coconut cream sauce. And then I have some wilted purple cabbage and edamame that's going to go into that sauce. This is going to be an amazing treat for you guys. I don't think we'll have enough time to go through all of it, but I want to break down some of the things that we're doing. So like I said, these pieces right here, I'm keeping them. I'm going to dehydrate those. I'm going to make a dust. And you can use it basically on anything. Put that up. That going. I'm going to do the same with this right here. Same process. I'm going to split it first right there. And you always want a real sharp knife. You want a sharp knife every time because that's going to make your cooking faster, more efficient, and just better. Look, I don't have to do too much when I'm cutting. I don't have to do too much. I just do enough and it gets the job done. Once again, knife like this, right there, fall off just like butter. Like I said, this fibrous piece, this is money right there. You don't want to throw that away either. So we breaking down these mushrooms. And we almost there to the finish line with these. Right there, once again, boom. So the clusters, a mushroom is about, Ink, correct me if I'm wrong, about, depending which mushroom, they're about 85 to 90% water content.
That's a fact.
So they're high in water and moisture. So that means this right here becomes this sometimes, just a piece. depending how much you reduce it down, depending how much of the moisture you extract. Boom. That's my seasoning blend right there. And I'm gonna show y'all that next time. Boom. Any questions we got going on here?
Nah, you going in right now. The chat just loving this. They talking about they getting ready. They taking notes. They taking notes. They trying to make this.
Okay. So now what we got going on? I got my onion. Right there, we're gonna split it. So whenever you cutting the onion, I move too fast. So whenever you cutting the onion, right, you have this top and you have this bottom. The bottom is the piece that holds the onion together. This is where all the minerals and the nutrients get to the onion and allows it to grow. This holds everything together. So when you're splitting it, you don't want to remove this part. So I'm gonna show you. So as I'm going down like this, right, I'm gonna tell you why I don't want to split it. I'm gonna take this outer layer off. And remember what I told you. Every piece of the onion, every piece of the vegetable is worth something. This is going to be in my dehydrated blend with the mushroom. So I got onion in there now. So we got onion mushroom, right? So what I want for this sauce, I want a small dice. So if you follow me, right, whenever you're cutting, right, you want to get the blade and just slice through. Right? And then we right? Now you see the onion is still together. This is keeping it intact. Now watch the beauty in these cuts. Watch it. Look at that. Look at that. Beauty. A little bit more. That's going to be my sauce right there. This is going to be the base for my sauce. And after that, I got some garlic, right? So I got a couple pieces. I got this now, but I'm going to get some pieces that's broken off already. Well, it's not. So I like to, when I'm doing a video, if you ever check me out, I'll take the garlic and I'll just give it a little spin, right? And that loosens up all the pieces in it. See that? Real simple. And it doesn't take the whole core apart and leave some. Now, like I said, flavor. This gets dehydrated as well. Now I got the essence of garlic in there. So check me out. All of it goes in here. I have a dehydrator with different tiers. So the mushrooms, the onion, the garlic, all together dehydrated, and you make a seasoning blend. Follow along. Everything you can use. You don't want to throw away anything. So I give it a little tap like that. The skin. Money. Little tap. Skin. Money. Another little tap. And also, guys, when you get a chance, go to my page, The Bride Experience. Ain't you put it up on there?
Absolutely.
All right. All right. So with this garlic, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do it in slivers. So I'm cutting it so thin that when it hits the oil, it's gonna melt. So look at this. Look how thin that garlic is. You see that? Hey, you see it? Look how thin that garlic is. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, we don't even understand that in the non-culinary world. Like you speaking a whole nother language right now. We learning from you.
So this is not about speed. I see a lot of times when people make sauces, all those aromatics are all over the place. And I'm gonna tell you about when you're making sauces and the reason that you do ingredients and cut them a certain way because of cooking time. So if I'm putting all these different sizes of vegetables inside of the oil, basically what's going to happen, those vegetables are going to break down. And once they break down, it's going to turn the sauce. It's going to change the color of the sauce. If I cook the garlic too long in a hot oil, it's going brown. It's going to turn bitter. If I cook the onions too long, they're going to get sweet the more they caramelize, but also it can make the sauce murky and give it a weird looking color. So you got to be mindful about cooking times, being precise. So you're probably not going to be able to where I'm going to build my sauce in. Can y'all see over here a little bit? Uh-oh. I'm going to have to do old school. These burners just got cleaned, so. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Talk to me.
Right now, we just loving the experience.
Absolutely. So, oh yeah. Yeah, I see me on here making it do what it do too. Yeah, I see me on here making it do what it do too.
Yeah, it look
Right.
crazy, bro. We
Huh?
all students in class right now.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my ingredients in.
Turn your volume down so we don't hear the echo.
All right. So a little salt in there. So I want to caramelize that. That's going to go. Right? So I got some coconut milk. Number one thing when you're looking for coconut milk, and it's really hard to do, but a lot of coconut milk has gums in them. This brand right here is a pretty good brand. I get it from the Asian market. It doesn't have any gum in it. It's a cleaner version than most of those. So remember this name. If you guys ever go to the Asian market, pick this up.
What does it say? We can't see it.
This is Dragonfly.
Okay.
Dragonfly. Right? So this sauce that I have here, this sauce is going to go with that roasted cauliflower. That's going to go in the bed of quinoa, and I'm going to pour that on top. That's going to be one of my meals. Also, I'm going to use some of this lemon as well. Break down a couple pieces. So, I wish y'all could smell this. Get that going. You know what I mean? A little bit. I'll wait going. So, what I'm going to do now is take some strands of this off, because I'm going to put this in a sauce. I'm not going to zest it because I'm going to take this out once it infuses that coconut cream. I just want the essence of the lemon. I don't want the zest of it. I'm looking for the essence. You know what I mean? So we got that going. And actually, I'm gonna add it right in here because I want those oils to release early. I don't want to wait too long. I want to get it while it's going. So look at that. See that? You can start smelling the acid come from that. And I'm gonna take a little piece of that off because I'm gonna add that in as well. So we got that. Then we have some cilantro. A lot of people don't like cilantro, but what I like about it is these stalks on the end have so much flavor. It's a different flavor from the leaves. This has a very pungent flavor sometimes, but you can manipulate it in certain sauces with the acid. But this is more of a balance when you're adding it in your sauce. If you don't really like that flavor, you can take the stalks of it. Flavor, so much flavor in these stalks. So I'm gonna cut this down real nice, real sexy. Take my time. Boom, right there. You know, so I'm gonna add this in as well. Ooh, the flavor is coming through right now, guys. I wish you could smell it. I wish you could. So
I
now,
feel like I could smell some of it though. I ain't gonna hold you.
so now that garlic is cooking down, the mushroom is cooking down. Those flavors are marrying together. Uh, they are getting acquainted. That's what you want to do. You want to let those flavors get acquainted. You know, you want them to feel good about themselves. So now I'm gonna add that in. Coconut. You following me, guys? Coconut. Right? This is a sauce. Coconut. Right? We're gonna pop this back on there and let it do what it do. I'm gonna clean up. Give me 2 seconds.
Yo, this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. Where is the super chats? We should have super chats flying in.
Dean or ain't.
Wow. Hey, listen, they talking about where is the book? We got to drop the book. I told them, I said, listen, the book is en route. Y'all, the book is en route. The book is coming.
So we got that. So I was going to do something different with these mushrooms. So since I got you guys live, right? I'm going to pan roast these mushrooms. I'm going to pan roast them. I ain't going to throw them in the oven. I'm going to pan roast them. I'm going to show you how to build that color in the pan and still keep the integrity of the mushroom. So I want these mushrooms to be soft, but yet have a meatier exterior. Sometimes when you're doing mushrooms, you compress it, you take all the moisture. That's not what I'm looking for these. I'm looking for more of a soft interior and a crunchy exterior. So now I'm going to hit this with a little black pepper. So the thing about pepper is you want to do your own peppercorns at all times. And the reason being, when you get your pepper from the market and it's in that grinder, they don't toast the peppercorns. And it changes the flavor. When you take your peppercorns and you toast them, it brings a whole dynamic flavor where you like, wow, this is, you can taste the fragrance, you can taste the pepperiness, you can taste the essence of the pepper. Sometimes we just taste the pepper and it's just there. It's existing, but it's not really in its true rarest form. The only way to get it to that place is to toast your peppercorn, let those natural oils come out, and then it's going to really, it's going to make your sauces, make your proteins that much better. Also, one of the dishes, they get red beans, right? They're getting red beans, they're getting topped with the oyster mushrooms, and I'm doing a sweet plantain with it. So I take my plantain. These are going to get shallow fried. If you know anything about sweet plantains, when they get this right, they get extremely sweet. But it's a trick to really cooking these. Some people, they just throw them in there and they build that color. It's a sweet science to really getting these to the caramelization place where you want them, where that outside area is crunchy and it's really amazing on the inside. And the key to doing that is knowing your heat, knowing where your heat is at, understanding the heat, and understanding how is it cooking. If your bananas start to caramelize extremely fast, that means your heat is too high. Turn it down. Turn it down. You know, you never can lose with cooking. You just got to understand that it's all about adjusting. You adjust, you adjust, you adjust. This, you can make a bread, a loaf. You let these get a little bit more softer. You can make puddings. You can do so much with these. I'm gonna keep these, and I'm gonna show you how to use these the next time we chime in. I'm gonna freeze these actually. You can freeze these as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna cut them on a bias. This is a bias. Boom. Bias, 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 bias. When I think of cooking, I think about symmetry. How many angles can I hit you with? How can I give you the look that you desire? You know, taking your food to another level is all about understanding angles, understanding symmetry, and having the confidence to kind of tap into that. Look at those angles, and you just lay it out. See that? No sweat.
And listen, again, I have to, because it's a part of my thing. I have to stress to people, these ripe plantains are an amazing source of fiber. So all of y'all running to grab Ozempics and all of these GLP-1 agonists, you're looking at it right here on the table. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all, and this is what the future looks like. This is what RFK is saying, that the doctors, the medical schools, the colleges are now going to have to teach nutrition as medicine. This is what we've been doing for the last 10 years. We ahead the learning curve. What you're looking at right there is fiber. That fiber is going to be good, not just for hydration. This is GLP-1. This is metabolic disease, obesity, sugar control, glucose, insulin. This is a whole nother level. This is what kitchen chemistry is really all about.
Now, one thing I want to stress to you guys, and we talked about this the last episode. We talked about manipulating the product. So understanding what the product is and what you're looking for at the end of the day, but respecting the product where it's at. Sometimes we'll take the product like we spoke on the last episode, and try to turn it into something that is not. And we have to understand it tastes like that for a reason. You know, the more you cook it down, the more you take away the natural nutrients. You take away the vitamins. You take away all the good things that is supposed to provide for your body. So be mindful about cooking and be mindful about the ingredient. You know, when I'm cooking, I try to keep the integrity there in everything that I do. Once the integrity is lost in the product and I'm doing all these different things, adding fake sauces with all these different preservatives, I take it away. It's no longer that. It's something like in a lab or something. It's something that's really not, that's going to be healthy for you all the way around. You done took all the nutrients out. So I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to here, right? This is where I'm going to start my plantains at. And I like to cook them. So sometimes, look, even in a professional kitchen, you got to adjust. So the fire went out. I'm coming over here. Boom. I'm going to get that at a nice medium heat. And
Yeah,
then
he just grabbed that fire with his hand.
So where we at? Where we got the viewers at? You guys enjoying yourself?
The viewers is everywhere. The viewers is all over. Sweden, Japan, UK, New York, Detroit.
Right. Got my plantains going. Mushrooms. I'm gonna get that going in a minute.
These recipes all look crazy.
Yeah. And I'm definitely grateful. And time for a question segment. Tell them, talk to me. Some answers, some questions on the ingredients, on the product.
Yeah, they can hear you. If anybody has any questions, please go ahead and type that into the chat. I don't know if they got questions though, to be honest. People are in amazement right now. This is too much shock value. This is crazy right now. I've been talking about kitchen chemistry so long. And you know, we got 2 volumes of Kitchen Chemistry. We got volume 1, volume 2 on Amazon. And this is a different type of experience. This is a whole nother level. This is something very, very different and unique that really doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Like, this is something that people have never seen before. To be able to have somebody in a commercial kitchen, internationally acclaimed chef, giving a demonstration with a naturopathic doctor and different POVs at the same. I think this is crazy. I'm not sure. I mean,
So now I'm adding a little bit of nutritional yeast, about 3 tablespoons. That's going to give it a nice cheesy complexity in it. And break down the nutritional yeast for them. Tell them a little bit about it.
The nutritional yeast is going to give them, and this might be something that people need, you know what I'm saying? But the nutritional yeast is going to give them a lot of B vitamins, right? A lot of people are deficient in B12. Nutritional yeast is a very good source of B12. And I'm not sure if people are familiar, but a couple years back, beta glucan was the superfood that was being marketed a whole bunch of different places, and they was charging $50, $80 for a couple capsules of beta glucans. And you know, nutritional yeast has the beta glucans already intact. It's the actual source for the beta glucans. So there's a lot of value that you can get in terms of nutritional yeast, especially if you're a vegan and you want to add that cheesy flavor, right?
And is it a complete protein? Are we correct?
I believe it will add some high quality protein. I believe it will add some high quality protein. Now, wait a minute. We got a couple questions just jumped in.
Talk to me.
How long do you keep the cauliflower in the oven for?
Until your desired doneness. And what I mean by that, some people like their cauliflower crunchy. Some people like it very tender. So your job is as the head of the ship, as the chef, you need to monitor it. So I like to put mine on at 350. And once I start to see the edges start to caramelize, I will flip it, and then I will do the same thing for the other side. So I'll say about a good 35 minutes, and you'll get a nice texture on it.
Okay.
So now, here we go. So now I got my oil at a temp where I want it. So now I'm going to start adding my plantain. You know, just drop them off on the brim. Just get them in there.
Now, somebody else asks, why avoid the coconut milk with the gum additives? Now, I'm gonna say this. From my perspective, the gum additives can bring in, like, you know, for some people, it's not for everybody. Some people won't even have a problem, but for some people, it can cause bloating and you know, it can mess with the meal. You know, you get diarrhea and some other issues. Will. Oh man, we just lost Will. Let me see if we can get Will back. I think his phone might have died. Oh my goodness. Will, where you at? Will, what you doing, Will? Let me call Will and see if we can get Will back. Finally, we got somebody on the super chat board. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We got somebody on the super chat board. Let's go.
These recipes all look crazy.
Yeah. And I'm definitely grateful to collab with Ink. Like, he's been, you know, sort of like a silent mentor, kind of like, you know, guiding me through a lot of these different processes, and, you know, me reaching out to him. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So that's just a testament to, you know, a lot of information that, you know, I gathered from him and other people.
Lamar, don't take my word for it. Scholar, Society Baby, Dead Stop, Madman, Jeremiah. Thanks to the whole chat.
It's not just kitchen chemistry. You gotta add chemistry in the kitchen.
will cook it. Yeah. Osborne, Osborne, Paul and Tiki, Kev, Brian, Amber, on your speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Long Beach Snipes, on Christ. Nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. I've been nice like nobody else. Right in the fear, look, Paul top shelf. It's nothing new, you can tell me. I live off love, shout out to Helvy. I believe in God, it's really natchez. 20 years later, we're Philly natchez. 100 packs popping, studying detoxing. Live on YouTube, new books dropping. We yelling, add your game, 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 add your game. Osborne, and for Politica, Kev, I'm your speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Lauren P. Snipes, on Christ. Nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. Z still with us. Mun still with us. Tiff still with us. Hey, this what consistency get us. The golly, I've been Robert, Cuddy, Hot One. We stylin'. It feel good to see Jamal Allen. Do it, Rashawn. Let me feel like LeBron. Hey, I'm telling you, chat, that's the topic. I seen the life fiber optic. Lavin has got it. It's real. I give thanks. Thanks for tuning in. It's soon to win. Make sure you're doing him. Oh yeah. Make sure you're doing him. Make sure you're doing him. We yelling out your gang, 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 out your gang. Bars, and wet. Yeah, boy. Well, I can't. Osborne, M4, Politica. Kev, Brian, Amber, you speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Lauren P. Snipes, on Christ. Nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. Mark Hill and Jalen's, family, friends, they wanna see me make ends. Help me drop a bestseller, recognized as a trendsetter, through the stormy weather, still applying pressure. Blue magic natchez, my bitters natchez, my monthly detox getters. It's about waves we flowing, you already know where we going. Double back 100 packs from the ocean, they potent. Push up, peak, calisthenic cow, 60 and 60, getting busy. We got YouTube in a frenzy with no views. Me and my old crew in syndication, off information, your veterans, veteran. Second season of medicine, time to talk bread again. Boom. Bars, wham, wham. Bars, wham, Osborne, M4, Paul and Tika, yeah, Kev, Ryan, Amber, I'm your speak, Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Long Beach Snipes, on Christ. Nobody else is this night. Say, so good it's almost a vibe. Say, so good it's almost a vibe.
Let's go, man. You already know this for the family, man. Listen, and this is not for the Patreon family. Okay, this is not for the Patreon family. This is not for the book family. This is just a video for the live chat. All right, for the live chat. And I know for a certain fact that I done missed somebody's name, or I got your name, but I just couldn't fit it into a bar. You know what I'm saying? So don't think I forgot about you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the bar, Mike, it's not possible for me to miss Mike Carter, right? High Frequency TV, Inner Beauty, Steve, Regina, Smacknificent, Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? So it just, Bayot, Derek DA, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the whole Hotepistan, Jack, aka Viking Hotep. Jack, I almost forgot. Jack, I was trying to find what Viking Hotep. Anyway, moving forward. Supreme, 77 figures, Sam, Sauce, Ears to the Street. You know what I'm saying? King Lemuel, you know what I'm saying? Just the people that get in the chat. You know what I'm saying? This is really just for the chat. This is for the chat family. You know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to my guy from Philly who likes to, you know what I'm saying, Black Hand and all, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this is just for the chat. Because the chat feeds the energy that we need to keep teaching. So everybody owes the people that come into the chat a thank you. The Patreon family, the book family, the product family, you know, we have different families, but everybody, we feed off the energy from the chat. So we gotta thank the chat. You know what I'm saying? Even if you haven't sent in a super chat, just saying, you need to send a super chat. You need to hit that super chat or the Cash App or something. But even if you've never done any of that, but you show up into the chat and you just keep the chat going. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. My kids appreciate you. The Patreon people that never show up in the chat because they're too busy in their life, but they support on the back end and they watch all the videos on replay. They appreciate you because you help me to do what it is I do. So, you know, I just wanted to thank everybody that shows up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Inner Beauty, you know what I mean? And everybody who shows up in the chat, you know what I'm saying? So if I missed your name, I apologize. But we definitely appreciate you. And you may need to show up in the chat more often. Okay, so I don't know what happened. Yo, that was too much of a good thing, right? But if we don't get Will back, then we would just consider tonight a demonstration of what is coming in the future. So, you know, this is our, I guess I could make this our third video with Will and I, even though we got a few more videos. I just can't find them all. I found one of our really old videos. Which playlist is the new song in? Come on, you know the new song. You know the new song is in new playlist. You know the new song is in the, come on now, you know that's in the Desire in Christ playlist. That's in the, you know what I mean? Make America Love Again. Yeah. It's right here. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Let me find it. So boom. Right? This is how you find the music, right? Dr. Inky. Right? This is the video right now that we're watching. But you just go to the page, everybody, and you go to the playlist, bam. And this is the playlist right here with the new song in it. Desire in Christ, Make America Love Again. Boo.
These recipes all look crazy.
Yeah.
And you got that right in there. But yeah, so we're gonna wait. We're gonna give it a little bit of time. We're gonna give it a little bit of time to see if we can get him back. I think that we discussed it. And we showed, well, last time he was on, which was Sunday, he didn't do any actual cooking, right? But we went through his Instagram page, which is where he's active. He does have a YouTube page, but he's not active on his YouTube page. So right now, his active YouTube page is with us. We're blessed that of his mishap, right? So because his YouTube page is not really active, he's with us. You know what I'm saying? So we have to appreciate what we have while we have it. You know what I'm saying? But he's normally active regularly on his IG page. So you can always go to his IG page where the recipes, he goes through a bunch of different recipes in 60 seconds or 90 seconds, you know, but they're in short format, and he just edits it down, and you get to see the whole process where he makes the meals. Sometimes he'll take you with him to the gym and whatever, or he'll take you with him to the supermarket to, you know, get the food and show you some of the relationships he's cultivating with the people who bring in the food, and some just a wide variety. Sometimes he might show you some of his classes and different things that he got going on out in Philly. But yeah, so there's a lot going on right now. He and I are working on a book. So the book is going to be amazing. It's going to be another level of kitchen chemistry. It's going to be another level of kitchen chemistry. We are about halfway done with that book right now. So that book is en route. Yeah, I know I don't play with the books. The book is en route, right? Also, he is working on opening up a shop of his own. He's working on opening up a shop. So by late spring, early summer, you know, we'll be inviting everybody for the live experience, right? Where we'll have live classes and tasting and all of those things in person, you know, where you can, you know, get the experience to even another level. So we got a lot of things that we're working on. You know what I'm saying? These aren't just random videos. We're not just doing videos for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? We have things that we're building to, that we're building towards. So we're working on the book. He will be here doing a lot of, you know, teaching and presenting over the next few months while working on getting the shop opened up where people can come in and get the full experience in real time. And, you know, so it's a lot going on, definitely. But so, you know, we got a little demo. We got a little demo. I do think his phone died, and I'm not sure if he's aware his phone died, or did he grab his charger? It could be something that small. He might not have grabbed his charger, because we were both excited about him being able to go down to the kitchen and he just set that whole thing up just for us, right? So we were excited. We might have been too excited and left out some of the small stuff, a small detail like not having your charger, right? So bro, it is already a classic. It is already a classic. It is already a master class. That is crazy. I don't even want to talk about nothing else. I was going to talk about algae. I'm going to save the algae discussion. Yeah, I'm going to save the algae discussion, because that is nothing to follow this up with. It's nothing to follow this up with. It's already crazy. It's already crazy. So okay, so we have more questions. I can get to a couple more questions. I may not be able to answer all the questions to your, like, how you would like me to answer them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not Chef Will. I can give you the Dr. Inky, though. You know what I'm saying? So we have some more questions. Yeah, we have some more questions. I can definitely get to them. All right, so we have Deja. And it seems like we have some new people today. That's very interesting. How can you increase your hemoglobin levels through nutrition and food. Okay. That is a very loaded question right there. That is a very loaded question right there. I had to sit back. I had to sit back in my chair with that question right there. Right? So it would depend on a few things, right? Or not a few things. There's a lot involved with increasing your hemoglobin levels, right? So the first thing I would say is the very first part of answering that question is figuring out like why you want to increase your hemoglobin levels, right? Are your hemoglobin levels low? If your hemoglobin levels are low and you're not really doing anything, like you just regular and your hemoglobin levels are low, then we would actually need you to, you have to go to the doctor, hospital somewhere and get some work done so we can figure out why your hemoglobin levels are low. Because there's a wide variety of reasons they may be low. Something may be up with your kidney, your bone marrow, your iron levels. It could be something as simple as your iron levels, or you're not getting enough B vitamins, or there could be a wide variety of things going on. If you are otherwise healthy and you're thinking about increasing your hemoglobin levels, maybe for sport or endurance purposes or something like that, then there's some plants, there's some herbs that you can use to signal the kidney and the bone marrow to help out and maybe get a little bit more production in temporarily, because you're trying to basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to signal I keep bringing in the kidney. For the people that don't know, the kidney is responsible largely for producing the message that goes to the bone marrow to produce more blood, right? So you have a thing called erythropoietin. I think I'm close with that. Right. I think close is all you can get to pronouncing that word accurately. Right. But hold on one second. Yeah. Okay. So we're getting Will back. We're getting Will back. All right. But yeah, you're trying to stimulate the kidney to send that message to the bone marrow to pump out some more blood. So if everything is in place, usually just activity, oxygen will raise that up for you. Activity, oxygen, but you have to have the B vitamins, you have to have the iron, even copper may play a role in the background because of the ion transport system. So there's a few different things that come into play. Oh, so if it's low from having low iron levels, then what I want you to do is go on to Amazon.com. Go to Amazon.com and get you the kitchen chemistry books. And in those books, it's going to tell you all the various foods that you need to get that iron level up. As if you don't have them already. It's a good question, though. I appreciate that question. Let me get Will in here. Let me get Will back in here.
Because these recipes all look crazy.
Yeah. And I'm definitely grateful to collab with Ink. Like he's been, sort of like a silent mentor, kind of like, guiding me through a lot of these different processes, and, me reaching out to him. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So that's just a testament to, a lot of information that, I gathered from him and other people.
Lamar, don't take my word for it. Scholar, Society Baby, Dead Stop, Madman, Jeremiah. Thanks to the whole chat.
It's not just kitchen chemistry. You gotta add chemistry in the kitchen.
Will cooking. Yeah. Osborne, politic, Kev, Brian, Amber, on your speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Long Beach Nights, on Christ. Nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a bite. So good it's almost a bite. So good it's almost a bite. I've been nice like nobody else, right?
All right, so Will should be tapping back in with us. Maybe we'll get to the end of that meal. And then Deja, definitely make sure that you don't just look for the information. Now, definitely go grab the kitchen chemistry books 1 and 2. I think I actually have a picture of volume 1. Yeah, this is volume 1, right? And volume 2 is also on Amazon. But remember, iron is a process. Iron is not just the end all be all by itself. So as you get in more iron, you got to get in more vitamin C, and you got to get in more B12. You really need all of the water soluble vitamins. The water soluble vitamins is what allows your body to utilize iron. So you need that. You need your copper, and here we go, right on time. You back?
What's good, guys? Sorry about the delay, but I want to show y'all this sauce.
Oh my goodness!
Check me out.
So what happened? Your phone died?
Chickpea pasta, edamame in there.
Wait a minute. What happened to your phone? It died.
This is died, but I tell you.
Okay. Now, what's in that sauce, Will?
Wait, I can't hear you that good. Hold on. Say it again.
What's inside that sauce?
The sauce that I made right in front of you. This is the sauce that I made. You talking about the pasta in there?
Yeah. What's all in that pan?
So this is chickpea pasta, bow tie. This is the sauce that I made. This is the edamame. This is all in there. And this is going to get topped with the caramelized mushroom and the cabbage.
Okay. So the chickpea pasta, we didn't see that part.
No, you missed it. So this goes in here like that. Look at that. Look how creamy that is. Just with time and patience. That's all it took. That's all it took, guys. And this is something you can make right at home. Easy. So you ain't gotta be a master chef to cook like one. You just gotta know some fundamental skills, and the rest is history.
I like that. Talk heavy. I like that. You ain't got to be a master chef to cook like one. The book is coming soon, family.
I wish you guys can try this. When you cook with passion and you cook with purpose, everything comes out right. Everything. Because it's very intentional, and this meal is intentional. So as you see me step by step on natural ingredients, just me just putting it together, keeping it simple, and just allowing you guys to, cook with me. Add a little bit more. They're going to be excited about this one. Because this is something like, in our culture, Black culture, and a lot of other cultures, we love creaminess. We are people that love creaminess, decadentness, richness, something that's going to hit that palate and stick to it, something that's going to hit our stomachs and stick to it. This is one of those dishes, but you're not compromising health. You're not compromising your nutrition. You're still getting everything you want in a bite. And I'm very unorthodox and I like to do different things. So I got some cabbage that I like to just add into it as well. Add some of that melon into it. Because you got to think about it. This is a vegetable pasta.
Talk heavy. Talk
This
heavy.
is, this is a vegetable pasta. So we're going to get some amazing vegetables and we're going to put them at the forefront. We tired of putting the vegetables on the bleachers. We need them in the game. We need them in the game. We need our fruits and vegetables in the game. And I'm going to teach you how to do that step by step. So imagine getting one of these meals, right? Just imagine, right? And you opening that thing up, right? You opening it up and you seeing something like that. And then it's going to have some caramelized mushroom. That's a game changer for you. But hold up, I still got more for you. So I'm waiting for the mushrooms to kind of caramelize down. So what I'm going to do with you on this one is the sweet plantains that I did. Oh yeah, they coming to the forefront too. Hold on. I need you. All of that is going to work together. Sorry about the dilemma. So on that, oh, no, I'm wrong. My apologies. This one is going to be for the cauliflower. So the better quinoa down, right? Real sexy. So I like, when you get to a point, you want to sort of, you get to eyeball it. But if you was to ask me how many ounces, how many portions, how much is everything inside of this container, altogether, I'm giving you about this right here, 2.5 ounces. Then when I add the protein to it, which is my vegetable, right? My quinoa is my protein, but there's some protein also in a cauliflower steak. That's going to be about another 3 ounces. You know, I'm going to add some sauce to it. And you probably have about, say 12 ounces of food. Because it gets mushrooms as well.
Now, Will, we got a question.
Talk to me.
Was there any ingredients that we missed in terms of when you made the chickpea pasta? How did you do that?
Huh?
How did you prepare the chickpea pasta?
It's this. I'm gonna send you the link, Inc. I gotta send you the link to this spot that I get it from, and they send it over to. It's out in California. I'm gonna send you a link, and sometimes they'll have it if you go to Wegmans. Let me see if I can send this to you so you can see it. You hear me, Inc? So you can put it up on there.
Yeah.
So they have it. I'm sending it to you right now. This is a pretty decent brand. I like the way it holds up. It has good structure. You know, it keeps the integrity of that going. So I really like that one a lot. You know, you got that, Ink?
Yeah. Barilla.
There's pasta left. I'm gonna add, you know, see this. No, because I got 1, 2, 3. That's 6.
Yeah, I think they may have this in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they may be able to get this at their local supermarket, depending on what their supermarket looks like in terms of so this is the brand right here. everybody.
Any questions? Any questions?
No, I got you as they pop up. I'm on you.
We're gonna add these plantains in there.
Yeah, I think this is the one right here that he's using though. Yeah. And this is in Walmart. Now, obviously, if you want to get it in bulk, you won't be able to get it from your local place, right? So if you have a restaurant or something like that, you're going to need to get it in bulk. But yeah, I think you can get a couple boxes for your family. You know, you can get this at your supermarkets.
So you guys enjoyed yourself this evening?
Oh, loaded. I enjoyed myself.
Absolutely. So guys, we're going to be signing out. Any questions before we adjourn? The mushrooms probably got about maybe another 20, 25 minutes. So I think we're looking good so far. Any questions, guys?
The only question is when we doing this again? Yeah, that's all they asking right now is when we doing this again.
They said when we doing it again, huh?
When we doing this again? I told y'all, listen, we locked in for Sundays, and on top of Sundays,
I'm gonna taste this pasta for y'all. I want y'all to see the expression on my face, because sometimes people they hit you with the expression.
He gonna taste it for us. That's crazy.
It's we got the amazing chickpea pasta. I'm gonna get some of that edamame in there. Right? I'm gonna be honest. Even though it's mine, I know it's good. Mm-hmm. A tad bit of salt. Just a little bit. And it's there. It's right where you need it to be. It's not lacking flavor. It's not lacking texture. You got the crunchiness of the edamame, and there's some protein in it. You got the cabbage, and then I'm gonna top it off with some of them charred mushrooms. Oh man, it's full circle. Full circle.
And Regina, all you gotta do is stay right here, Regina. You ain't gotta go nowhere. We bringing it all right to you. Just be patient, people. Everything gonna come right here to you. You ain't gotta go search for nothing. You right here in the right place. And you watching now. This is a master at work. Oh man, we lost him again. This is a real master at work, though. You see, he made the adjustment on the spot. Right? He tasted it after he dished out his portions and everything, obviously, so he's not double dipping, but made his portions out. He had some left in the pan, tasted it, like, okay, need a smidgen of salt. And he's adding that smidgen of salt to everybody's, you know what I'm saying, to everybody's dish in real time before they go out, because we're not watching him play. I just want y'all to know this wasn't playtime, right? Those are actual dishes that people are waiting for. All those meals are meals that people are waiting for right now. People are actively waiting for those. So we won't be able to enjoy those meals, but there are people that are waiting for those meals. Somebody's going to get those hot and delicious. Yeah. What time is it? Yeah. In the next 30 to 45 minutes, those will be arriving to somebody hot and delicious, ready to go. Yeah. So, but like I said, y'all don't have to go look. These things, this all gonna come here. It's all gonna come here. Peyton is trolling. Peyton is trolling, but we love Peyton, right? Trying to learn eggs, scrambled, sunny side up. Just gonna send you a digital hug, family. I'm gonna just send you a digital hug. I'm gonna just send you a hug. That's what you need right now. Peyton needs a digital hug. We're gonna send Peyton a digital hug. Well, listen, that's why you just go to the website and get the products, get the supplements. You know what I'm saying? We got the 100 packs. We got the green. You know what I'm saying? We got the green packs. So that way, you know, but no, the book is coming. And the book is going to make it easy for everybody to really like to get nice. You know what I'm saying? To get nice. The book is going to make it everybody to be able to, you know, make it so that everybody can, like you said, you don't have to be a master chef to cook like one. So we have that book coming, and each recipe is going to come with the kitchen chemistry and everything. It's going to be crazy. The book is an experience, right? The book is an experience. So what we're doing now in terms of videos like this, you're watching us get our, you know, this is preseason. We working on, you know, our assist and alley-oops and all that. We getting our thing together. Like you see the battery charger and phone, you know, so we're figuring out some stuff. But we'll be bringing this to you in more detail so you guys will be able to see a lot more, learn a lot more, and transition from the nutrients to being able to prepare the stuff for the family. Lamar said he want to see some struggle recipes. Yeah. Yo, Lamar said he want to see the struggle recipes. Listen, you missed all my kitchen videos when I was cooking. Trust me, I was coming with all of the struggle recipes. Yeah, come on, that loaded with the vegan pastas and smoothies and desserts and everything on a budget. You know what I'm saying? In fact, that was Chase's first video. Chase got popular. Chase had a video that YouTube cut down. Because it looked weird on my page. And I complained about it, and they said that it was irregular. Chase had a video that went viral, like 100 and something thousand views in a couple of days. And they cut the view. They kept cutting it down half. It went up to 100 some thousand. They cut it down to 50. It went up again. They kept cutting it back down because they said it was irregular to my page. I guess that's how the algorithms were set up back then. But this is about 10 years ago. This is a few YouTube pages ago. I had a bunch of YouTube pages. This may be 5 YouTube pages ago. But yeah, when he was 6 years old, we did a video of going to the supermarket. We was in Whole Foods, and you know, they got the little miniature shopping carts. And I was his cameraman, and he took us through 6 years old Chase. We went through the supermarket, and he was picking up all the vegan food items and comparing them, you know, giving his breakdown of the vegan food items from ice cream to chicken to burgers to whatever. And that video went. At the time, no videos like that really existed. So it was a hot commodity 10 years ago. You ain't have no kids breaking down vegan stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he got hot from that video. What are y'all talking about with the eggs? Y'all going crazy. Peyton, you done started something with the eggs. Somebody talking about pizza now. It's getting wild now. It's getting wild. The chat gets wild. The chat picks up a mind of its own. The chat gets wild. I don't know what to say about the chat. Yo, the chat gets wild. Listen. Algae eggs. Algae is like the eggs of the ocean. eggs are like the algae of land. So this is why algae and eggs are so completely nutritious, right? The reason why when I say completely nutritious, I mean they provide pretty much the same type of nutrition, right? In terms of being a complete protein source, in terms of providing a lot of antioxidants and pigments, because these are the things that a actual single cell organism needs in order to become a lion, a tiger, a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for one cell to replicate into, thousands, millions, billions of cells, becoming a universe of cells, there's a lot of nutrition that's needed, but there are certain key elements that have to be in place. And those elements are all in place when you have algae or when you have an egg. So eggs are highly nutritious. Eggs are highly nutritious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not beefing with the egg people. I'm just saying you need to get that algae. That the algae is better than the eggs. The algae is better than the eggs. And now we making it to where the algae is more affordable than the eggs. That's the advantage that eggs have on algae, is that eggs is in the supermarket and they cheap. But now, pound for pound, we making it to where the algae is affordable and easy to get as well. So don't be trying to hate. We got the 100 packs. We got the 100 packs. Yeah, we got the 100 packs. No. That ain't. I ain't co-signing eggs. Yo, Regina is dirty. I'm not co-signing the eggs. Do not tell Peyton that I'm co-signing the eggs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not co-signing the eggs. Y'all be trolling. Y'all be trolling so hard. I'm not co-signing the eggs. I'm just saying that eggs are highly nutritious. Eggs are highly nutritious. I'm not going to hate on the eggs, but the eggs is not the algae, right? The eggs is close. The eggs is, when you look at all of the ratings for high quality pigment, eggs are number one. And the reason why eggs are number one is because algae was unknown when they put those lists together, right? When you include the amount of pigment, the pigment complexity, and the rest of the nutrient profile, algae is better than eggs. Pound for pound, way better. And as we go into a world where like food is now going to be treated medicinally or therapeutically, you're going to see algae is going to take its place in the food chain. It's going to take its proper place. And remember, I did videos on that. The prices of algae, I'm telling you, we're going to wake up one day and yesterday's price is not going to be today's price. I'm telling you, that day's not today, but that day is coming. That day is coming. Because once algae gets put in its proper perspective, value-wise, the price going to go up. Price is going right on up. It's going to skyrocket along with the books. Like everything is going to get different. Everything is going to get different. So you want to stockpile these things in your house and in your body. You know what I'm saying? And in your body. Okay. See, this is why I can't even deal with my chat. I can't deal with my chat. My chat overruns me and overpowers me. This is how it gets crazy. This is how it gets crazy. Now we're mixing in the algae with the eggs. I don't even know what to say to that. We're mixing in the algae with the eggs. What's wrong with my chat, yo? What is wrong with my chat? We are mixing in the algae with the eggs. I don't even know what to say.
These recipes all look crazy.
Yeah. And I'm definitely grateful to collab with Ink. Like he's been, sort of like a silent mentor, kind of like, guiding me through a lot of these different processes and, me reaching out to him. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So that's just a testament to, a lot of information that, I gathered from him and other people.
Lamar, don't take my word for it. Scholar, Society Baby, Dead Stop, Madman, Jeremiah. Thanks to the whole chat.
It's not.
These recipes all look crazy.
Yeah. And I'm definitely grateful to collab with Ink. Like he's been, sort of like a silent mentor, kind of like, guiding me through a lot of these different processes and, me reaching out to him. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So that's just a testament to, a lot of information that, I gathered from him and other people.
Lamar, don't take my word for it. Scholar, Society Baby, Dead Stop, Madman, Jeremiah. Thanks to the whole chat.
It's not just kitchen chemistry. You gotta add chemistry in the kitchen. And well cooking. Yeah. Osborne, Politic, Kev, Brian, Amber, on your speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Lord be snipes. On Christ, nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. I've been nice like nobody else. Right in the fear, look, Paul top shelf. It's nothing new, you can tell me. I live off love, shout out to Helvy. I believe in God, it's really natchez. 20 years later, we're Philly natchez. 100 packs popping, studying detoxing. Live me on YouTube, new books dropping. We yelling, add your game, 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 add your game. Osborne, M4, Politic, Kev, I'm your speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Lauren P. Snipes. On Christ, nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. Z still with us. Mun still with us. Tiff still with us. Hey, this what consistency get us. The golly, I've been Robert, Cuddy, Hot One. We stylin'. It feel good to see Jamal Allen. Do it, Rashawn. Let me feel like LeBron. Hey, I'm telling you, chat, that's the topic. I see the life fiber optic. Levin has got it. It's real. I give thanks for tuning in. It's soon to win. Make sure you're doing him. Oh yeah, make sure you're doing him. Make sure you're doing him. We yelling out your gang, 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 out your gang. Bars, and what? Yeah, boy. Well, I can Osborne, M4, Politic, Kev, Ryan, Amber, you speaker. Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Lauren P. Snipes. On Christ, nobody else is this nice. So good it's almost a vibe. So good it's almost a vibe. Mark Hill and Jalen's. Family, friends, they wanna see me make ends. Help me drop a bestseller, recognized as a trendsetter. Through the stormy weather, still applying pressure. Yeah, blue magic natchez, my bitter natchez, my monthly detox getters. It's about waves we flowing. You already know where we going. Double back 100 packs from the ocean. They potent. Push up, peak, calisthenic cow, 60 and 60, getting busy. We got YouTube in a frenzy with no views. Me and my old crew in syndication. Off information, your veterans, veteran. Second season of medicine, time to talk bread again. Bars, bam, wham. Osborne, M4, Politic, get Kev, Ryan, Amber. I'm your speaker, Peyton, Andrew, you know the life. Kyle D, Lauren P. Snipes. On Christ, nobody else is this nice. Say, so good it's almost a vibe. Say, so good it's almost a vibe.
And this is not for the Patreon family. Okay, this is not for the Patreon family. This is not for the book family. This is just a video for the live chat. All right, for the live chat. And I know for a certain fact that I done missed somebody's name, or I got your name, but I just couldn't fit it into a bar. You know what I'm saying? So don't think I forgot about you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the bar, Mike, it's not possible for me to miss Mike Carter, right? High Frequency TV, Inner Beauty, Steve, Regina, Smacknificent, Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? So it just, Bayot, Derek, DA, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole Hotepistan, Jack, a.k.a. Viking Hotep. Jack, I almost forgot. Jack, I was trying to find what Viking Hotep. Anyway, moving forward. Supreme, 77 figures, Sam, Sauce, Ears to the Street, you know what I'm saying? King Lemuel, you know what I'm saying? Just the people that get in the chat, you know what I'm saying? This is really just for the chat. This is for the chat family, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy from Philly who likes to, you know what I'm saying, Black Hand and all, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this is just for the chat, because the chat feeds the energy that we need to keep teaching. So everybody owes the people that come into the chat a thank you. The Patreon family, the book family, the product family, we have different families, but everybody, we feed off the energy from the chat. So we gotta thank the chat. You know what I'm saying? Even if you haven't sent in a super chat, just saying, you need to send a super chat. You need to hit that super chat or the Cash App or something. But even if you've never done any of that, but you show up into the chat and you just keep the chat going. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. My kids appreciate you. The Patreon people that never show up in the chat because they're too busy in their life, but they support on the back end and they watch all the videos on replay. They appreciate you because you help me to do what it is I do. So, I just wanted to thank everybody that shows up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Inner Beauty, you know what I mean? And everybody who shows up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So if I missed your name, I apologize. But we definitely appreciate you. And you may need to show up in the chat more often.